Hello, everybody, and I apologize for my tardiness. I was tard today, and I was definitely tardy. So that's my bad, not Nate's bad. I'd like to welcome Nate to the program. Do you guys remember Nate? Nate, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty darn fantastic, actually. It's been a
Good.
quiet, weird, warm, rainy day. It's been
I
pretty
get
nice.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, we're in the Pacific Northwest, so it's a little, yeah, it's a little bit of everything over here.
So that's why I reached out to you about this one. This kind of took this thing we're talking about. It actually took place all over the stinking country, but a good portion of it took place in the northwestern part of the United States. So I thought, hey, you know who might be into this? Also, it's about transgender vegan death cults. Also, a topic that I assume you'd enjoy. And Nate would like this.
Absolutely. And we actually had some folks come on my show and do a little presentation on this. So this is
Oh,
not the first time I've heard of them. And they are an interesting, bizarre cult. So
very
I would
bizarre.
love this topic. I love true crime in general. And so I'm happy to be here. So thank you, Katie.
And just so you guys know, Nate, I put your link for your true crime. He's just starting up a true crime thing in the description down below. So go subscribe over there. I'm sure he'll have some cool, interesting stuff to talk about. First thing I'm going to do is poll the chat to see who has heard of the Zizians. Have you heard of the Zizians? Yes or no, people?
They
Yes
were
or no?
real hot on the televisions there for about what, 6 months ago? I
Here
think
yeah,
that's when it was
here's the thing, the news cycle turns over so fast that it was like a day and a half, but, of course, it caught my attention because, when you have a headline, "Transgender vegan death cult murders police officer in Vermont," my little antennas perk up, and it's like, "What the heck is going on here?" I I see you have your tinfoil hat on today, so a good thing that we're talking about the cult and you have your tinfoil hat on. I
You
need
know,
I need to
that
get one of those.
particular that particular cop that was shot, it was actually a border agent, and,
Mhm.
it's really fascinating to me. It was almost the inversion, it was almost, so it was like an illegal immigrant, but they were from Germany, and
Yep.
it was, at the border, but it was a Canadian
By
border.
the way,
Like, it was
still
just,
still a legal immigrant, whether they're from
still an
Germany or
illegal immigrant,
Venezuela. Please, we need
100%.
I think I said on your show recently, we need to build a wall on the Canadian border as well,
Mhm.
please. We need walls all around, thank you.
We can
Keep
build a wall
those
around Puerto Rico too, just kidding. Uh,
what was the joke? A floating pile of garbage? Is that
yeah, exactly.
the Kill Tony joke? Yeah. So I guess we're gonna jump right into it. So the Zizians, the main person of the Zizian is Jack Lasoda. Lasoda. Let me get to the top of my notes. I was at the bottom of my notes. That's not good. So Jack was born in Fairbanks, Alaska, in 1988, and he loved from a young age like computer stuff, computer programming and stuff like that. And of course, he grew up and ended up going to school for computer programming at the University of Alaska, the Fairbanks campus. And he ended up moving to the mecca of all, computer stuff, Silicon Valley in, the San Francisco Bay Area. He got internships while he was at school at Oracle and at NASA, which I thought was interesting. Do you think I know your answer to this, but, did we go to the moon?
We absolutely did not go to
I
the
don't
moon.
think so either.
No.
I don't think so
It's,
either.
money laundering for the military industrial
Yeah.
complex, which is what 98% of what NASA
Yeah.
does, but
Yeah. So he was in on that, scam, apparently, and I keep saying he did end up transitioning after he got to San Francisco, and normally, I don't mind calling people by the names they wanna be called, but this is a murderous death cult, so if I make a mistake, I don't feel bad about it. I'm going to try my best to not do that. Uh,
they them chose a pretty interesting and fun name, though. I
Zizzy
like it.
Ziz is the
Ziz.
name,
Yeah.
Ziz. Yeah. So that's his female name. That he doesn't transition for I think 2 pages in. But for now it's Jack, and Jack graduated. He already was after he grad or he actually dropped out, but he became disinterested with the computer programming community. He like was getting these weird vibes about AI. Who hasn't gotten those vibes, by the way? I love AI, it helps out a lot, but also, kinda scary if you think too much about it. Try not
A
to think
little
too much.
bit. I go back and forth because again, I got a tinfoil hat on, and I
Mhm.
can freak myself out with the thought of AI. But
Yeah.
my God, the last like month or so, I've improved my life in about 100,000 different ways by
Yeah.
like learning how to utilize AI, and it makes my life so much easier. Especially someone that has like so ADHD, I can make myself lists,
Mhm.
remind myself, organize things. It's crazy.
I've
So I kind of
started,
like AI.
Yeah, I've started having the AI take notes for me at work meetings, because it's very difficult for me to pay attention during those meetings because a lot of times they're talking about stuff that I already know. So then I start doing something else, like still needs to get done, right? So I start doing work that needs to be done, and then I like glance back over there and they're talking about something that I do need to know and I don't know, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to pay attention. So having the AI take notes for me has really I mean, I should get a raise. I'm actually doing my job now. So
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, so Ziz or Jack at the time was, I I would describe this person as somebody that's like too smart for their own good.
yeah.
And it's really unfortunate because I think about this person in particular, and it's like neurodivergent folks. Like
Yeah.
I am neurodivergent myself, and uh, dude, again, like I'm gonna use that term again. Too smart for their own good.
Yeah.
They kind of see through kind of the matrix in a weird way, and so that was one of the reasons as well why they were kind of disillusioned with the whole like tech industry as well, is
Mhm.
because um, they didn't want to work a 9 to 5. They
Yeah.
didn't want to. They saw through the whole thing, and they these folks, I don't know exactly like the pipeline, but autism to communism, there is a pipeline
The
there.
autism to communism pipeline is a wonderful saying. I think I'm gonna include that in my regular vocabulary from now on.
Mhm.
What did I do?
But in a weird way, like we are kind of, I don't know, like wage slaves. If
Oh
like
yeah.
if I you know, and you can, it's okay to recognize that
Well,
because
you're
that's the
not
system that we're
anymore.
in. I'm not, kind of, but I still have to produce something, right?
Oh
But
yeah.
that's the thing. It's like these folks again, everything is too theoretical. They
Mhm.
spend too much time with their head in the clouds,
Yeah.
and they pontificate about wild and sometimes really fascinating. Like I love having those kind of conversations, especially after a joint or something like that. You can really let
Yeah.
it rip, uh, uh, which I don't partake in anymore. So maybe this is why I'm not having those conversations anymore. But like some of it, most of it, has no practical application. And so these folks, especially Ziz here, had a really hard time being grounded in reality.
Yes.
Um, and part of that too, I think, led to the almost like Terminator esque fantasy of what AI could and would do.
Mhm.
And so this is what kind of terrified them and led to multiple decisions in their life. And I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
jumping ahead, but so
That's okay.
I'll back out. Oh.
We're pretty relaxed over here. We don't really follow a format as long as we tell the story. By the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning, the dogs are here. We still have 3 dogs here, and if anybody donates while we're on air, we will give all 3 of them a milk bone. If you do $20 or up, we got the good, dog treats here too. There's Ava, there's Leia, and Zena's hiding back there with her pink bunny,
And if you
which
don't
she
donate, they
loves.
are going to go hungry tonight. So
Yes,
please
no
open
dinner.
your wallets.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, so, like you were saying, they were a wagey, and they realized they were a wagey, and they didn't like the fact that they have to work this 9 to 5 job doing something they don't like doing in order to pay the rent, buy food, like just the normal stuff that you need to survive in this country, right? So they ended up joining this group, it's called CFAR, which is the Center for Applied Rationality. And these are rationalists. I didn't know what a rationalist was until I started researching this. I mean,
Back
it's like
to
it's in the
goofballs.
name, but I didn't know that it was like a group that you could join. I'm a pretty rational person. I can't see myself joining a club for it, but you know.
I think that's my biggest problem with like choosing teams, and
Mhm.
why I
I
don't
don't
go by
like teams.
Republican or Democrat or Libertarian or anything like that.
Same. Yeah.
I don't like labels because as soon as you do, then all of a sudden there's like, like the different things you have to agree to be part of this group. And so, like, yes, they found themselves in this rationalist community of just, again, I'm going to be nice, but people that have too much time on their hands, spending too much time pontificating online about questions
Yes.
that literally don't matter.
Don't matter. Yep.
They don't matter. Um, okay, we
It,
got a super chat. $2. Does one of the puppies get a milk bone, or we just get to see them?
they get all of the milk bones for sure. Is this the right one? I think that's
Can I pet that dog?
No, no, no.
Can I pet that dog?
You can't.
Can I pet that dog?
yes, Jonathan Pay or Pog. You can pet the dog. We will pet the dogs. Can I pet that dog? There you go, Eva.
Oh,
Leia
hi, sweetie.
and Xena. Can you catch this? No, I was a bad throw on my part.
Oh, she got it. She got it.
She did. She got it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I appreciate that. You can pet that dog. And we got another one for Major Victory. Major Victory is a pear character holding his belly, laughing out loud. That sounds like a super sticker to me. And unfortunately, through Restream, we cannot see the super stickers, but they give a very nice description of it. So that's good. There's that dog. There's this dog. And Zine, are you going to catch this time? You ready? She got it. She did it. She caught it just for you, Major Victory. How about that? How about that? Usually it's enough for me just to get her to wake up for this. So she did catch one more that those dogs look drunk. They are not drunk. I'm not drunk today either. Friday night, though. Friday night. On Fridays, I don't know if you hang out on my channel at all, but on Fridays, Kfar and I do a thing where if anybody donates $20 or up, we take a shot of alcohol on air. And my audience
That's a great idea.
loves to get us schnookered. Loves it.
That's a really fun and cool idea. I should probably do that for our Saturday night live stream. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, get some dogs, dude. $2 super chats, get some milk bone. Also, for a $25 super chat, I do have these special dog treats that
I
I
have a
will.
3-year-old. I could throw animal crackers at him,
There you
but I don't
go.
want to necessarily show them on, on here.
25 bucks and up, and I will eat one of these dog treats. And I'll tell you why. The ingredients on these dog treats is bananas and coconut oil. So I think I can handle that. It says made for human consumption, so I will eat it. They taste disgusting, though. I have had to do that a time or two. Yes, I am a grifter. This is the grift. If you don't like it, too bad. Go somewhere not monetized, I guess.
It's a fun grift. I like it.
It's yeah, exactly. At least, the audience likes it, I like it, and Kfar agrees to it. So
I had a real quick story actually about
yeah.
Jack in his early years. So
Okay.
I like when I say this guy is like too smart to function, I mean this guy is really, really smart. Or
Yeah.
lady, whatever you want to call it. Ziz is a very intelligent person.
You don't have
So
to feel bad about getting it wrong because they are a murderer. They are the leader of a murderous death cult. So it's just like when I mispronounce murderer's name. Oh well, too bad. Sorry, go
exactly,
ahead.
yeah. Sorry. So back in high school, actually,
Mhm.
I believe it was high school. This person, Ziz or Jack, uh, actually like hacked into like one of the computer systems, and they like messed with the payroll with their teachers' accounts.
Oh, wow.
And they rewarded teachers that they thought were awesome. And I think that they might have even like taken some money away from people that they didn't like, which I thought was pretty funny, dude.
Wow.
So this is kind of a really fascinating thing to do, man. I had no idea that like I that wouldn't have like I was kind of a troublemaker in class. I think I probably put a whoopee cushion under my teacher's seat or something like this. But you can see the difference when in IQ here. Um, Jack was something special.
I wouldn't think to give my teachers a bonus that I liked when I was a kid in high school, you know? It was I was an innocent angel throughout most of my life, so I wouldn't even think to do that. Alright, so back to Jack. Jack's like, "I don't like working for a living." So he joins this rationalist group and he ends up, um all right, let me just read what I wrote here. So he starts writing this blog under the online persona Ziz, with complex and sometimes rambling theories about technology, gender identity, and human cognition. Lesotho gets involved in the rationalist movement, a community that seeks to understand human cognition and is concerned with the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. She joins, I think when she becomes Ziz is when she becomes she or they. I'm not sure, but from she's a male to female transitioner. Um, she joins CFAR, which is the Center for Applied Rationality. They do retreats and lectures and they do like group recreational activities. It sounds to me like it's like a church group, like a young person's church group, except it's not church, it's this rationality club. But all of the things that they list there, the retreats and when I was, in my 20s, I was part of a church group, and we would like, on Saturday afternoons, everybody would go bowling together, or we'd go to the park and play volleyball or softball or, stuff like that. It was just a place to meet other people who are like-minded, I guess. And this is where she meets Gwen Danielson. Gwen Danielson is also, by the way, when I was putting this presentation together, they look so much alike that I
Mhm.
had accidentally at first put the wrong like one of the wrong pictures on the wrong person's name. Um, Besides the slight difference in hair color, look at how much they look alike. Isn't that crazy? That's the jawbone. They're not bad looking men, you know what I mean? Uh,
No, and I think that is another one of these tragedies because they weren't bad-looking gentlemen,
Not
and
looking
you
women
know,
though.
yeah, gnarly-looking ladies, and yeah, I'll hold my tongue, but maybe it wasn't a great idea to do that.
You can
They
say
might have
your
been
idea,
happier.
just
Yeah,
watch the words that you use. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah.
All
Yes,
ideas are
absolutely.
welcome.
I think a lot of times, and maybe not every single time,
Mhm.
these particular human beings would be happier in their original suit before it got
Mhm.
tailored, and
Yes.
maybe played for a different team or something like that.
Absolutely, I think that they would have been great gay guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they could have just been gay men and had a perfectly happy life and maybe not been a murderous death cult. Who knows? So Lesotho attends programs organized by this rationalist group, but it splits up after they're rejecting some of her ideas. And one of the ideas that um, the rationalist group is like, that's a little too over the top for us, is that it's the theory that the two hemispheres of the brain can hold separate values and genders. Okay, so I read some of her blog, and from what I understand, she thinks that you have two hemispheres of your brain, and for most people, one of the hemispheres is good and one of the hemispheres is evil. And now, in some people, like serial killers and stuff like that, they were born with two evil sides of their brain. But for a very select few, they were born, including her, was born with two good sides. Like, so two, like it's the angel and the devil on your shoulder. She was born with two angels, apparently, according to her.
A heavy case of what's that?
Delusion?
Delusion. Yeah, and man, what is that? Like first player character syndrome or something like that,
Oh,
where
yeah,
the
main
main
character.
character. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Um,
I of course was born with two angel sides, so
yeah.
I'm double good, and
And you're double evil. So, like, what? So this is where she meets Gwen Danielson, and Lesotho and Danielson have many things in common. They're both vegan. This is a very big thing in their lives. They're both transgender. They're both environmentalists. This will come back. Remember that they're very staunch environmentalists. They're both concerned about the future of AI. So in 2018, Lesotho gets a well-paying job in the tech industry and gets fired after only 4 days. So she was able to make it in the wagey world for 4 days, and this is when they begin going by the name Ziz in real life. So she was Ziz on her online character, and now in real life, she's just introducing herself as Ziz. So this is where the transition. I should have her back up on the screen, sorry. Um, so he becomes disillusioned with the idea of having to work in order to meet basic needs like rent and food. So they begin hopping from Airbnb to Airbnb. So each month they go to a different Airbnb. And now, knowing what I know happens later on, I'm wondering, and I didn't read this anywhere. This is just a speculation, allegedly on my part, if they were doing that thing where they're overstaying and not paying the Airbnbs. Because this
yeah,
happens a lot
I
with
definitely read that. Yeah, that
short-term
they
rentals.
were doing things like that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a little more context on why Ziz lost their job so quickly
Mhm.
was again like we were talking about before, them not wanting to. I guess the wage slavery idea, right? Where
Mhm.
there is like predatory types of things that happen in your job and things like that. Because I was a chef for 15 years. I absolutely worked overtime that I did not
Oh, yeah.
clock in for. You know what I mean?
I
But again, with I'm just gonna. I think they are. I think they were. Gosh darn it, dude, my brain's not working. Anyways, I think they were diagnosed with autism, so I'm not even
Yep.
speculating here that they were autistic. But there is traits with autism because I have friends and family that are
Mhm.
autistic. They have a really hard time bending rules sometimes. Like once they have something in their head that's set, they have like a very black and white view of
Yeah.
right and wrong. And so Ziz here left after 8 hours. They were like, "No, you're not paying me. I'm going home." And that is the right thing to do, but
That's
we
not
all
the way
know
the
when
real
you're like a
world.
young buck,
Yeah.
like this person was very young, they were green, they were on the
Mhm.
bottom of the totem pole. You got to put in work. And Ziz was not willing to do it. They were like, absolutely not. I'm here supposed to be for 8 hours. Now I'm going home. And they're like, where the hell did you go? You're supposed to be here for another, like, at least four minimum. You got to be
Mhm.
working your butt off to
Especially in
show up
that
for that.
industry. There's no
100%.
lunch breaks. This is the reason why I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent about this industry and companies like this. You get there and you think, "Oh, it's so nice. They provide free snacks in the break room, and they have all this soda and Red Bulls and stuff like that for free just to have." They're not doing that because they like you. They're not doing that to be nice to you. They're doing that because they know that you don't have time to take a lunch break, that you're going to clock out and work through your lunch break. And they want to give you the Red Bulls so you don't get tired in the afternoon, so you can keep working. So don't get fooled by that stuff, by the way.
I actually was a chef in
Mhm.
a giant corporation, just like this one that I won't say the name of,
Yeah.
but a giant tech corporation, and a lot of their meals were free, and they had unlimited amounts of coffee and energy drinks at all
Yeah.
times. They could come and get fruit and sandwiches. Like my job, because it was a 24-hour unit, a facility, was to make sure everyone was fed. So
Yeah.
24 hours a day, we had to run it all the dang time, and they had to have endless amounts of food.
I lost track of the chat, but there's a whole conversation going on about bacon over there, and I don't know how it started. But instead of bacon, we're going to give out some bananas. Thank you very much, Doc, for renewing your membership or becoming a member, I guess, on the Katie Zed channel. I appreciate that very much. And don't forget, once a month, we just had it last night, but we do a game night, Doc. So hopefully next month you can come to the game night. We played True Crime Trivia last night, and
That sounds like a blast.
it was a lot of fun. I sent you a link. You didn't want to come.
We were doing our wild our wild show last night.
I know. Next month.
Yeah.
Next month you come play True Crime Trivia. There's a banana.
Hi, pups.
There's a banana. Okay. And Xena, can you catch a banana? She almost caught it. It's very close. Let me move this bunny rabbit. There you go. The bunny out of the way. But yeah, once a month we just get together and it's a fun hangout. It's nothing serious. But it is once a month if you do decide to become a member, and it's just fun to hang out and relax. And it's like when I get together with my friends in real life, one of my favorite things to do is sit around the dining room table and play board games. So it's kind of like that, just with online friends, you know?
Yeah, our whole family, Rummy Cube. That's
Yes.
our fun thing to do. So
The rummy tiles. Have you played the rummy tile? Yeah, that's my favorites. That's one of my favorites. I also like categories is another one of my favorites. Okay, so Gwen decides to opt out of society. Let's get back to Gwen here. She's going to opt out of society along with Jack, and they decide to move onto a sailboat in the Berkeley Marina. Now, if you remember correctly, that Scott Peterson guy, that's where he dropped his wife off, is at the Berkeley Marina, his wife and unborn son. And
my mom was kind of attracted to Scott Peterson.
He's trying to get out of jail now. It's crazy. He's like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, dude, you totally did do it though. Stop trying to get out of prison. That's a whole nother, that's a show for another day.
Yeah. Another show actually should be my mother and her poor choice of men.
So Ziz and Gwen decide to opt out of society, live full-time on a 24-foot sailboat. I don't know if you're familiar with sailboats, but a 24-foot sailboat is a pretty small vessel. Not enough to live on. Very nice vessel if you're going out for a day trip, or maybe even just an overnight on the water, maybe go to Catalina Island, something like that. But to live on full time, it's incredibly small. So after a while of living in these cramped after living in these cramped quarters for a while, it became unlivable. So Gwen had a diagnosis of ADHD and autism, and would regularly have whole ass conversations with herself, and would become irate if Ziz would interrupt her or try to join in the conversation that she was having with herself. So Ziz is like, okay, I'm going to get my own boat. So she gets herself a sailboat, and they dock it right next to each other. So now they're sailboat neighbors instead of sailboat roommates. And
better call.
Yeah, they have these long conversations about all of that stuff we talked about, existentialism and all of that stuff. Thank you, Dan, for renewing your membership for 7 months. Has it been that long? Holy cannoli. After this, I'm going to save up the super chats and stuff till we take a break. I just didn't want to just do that abruptly and think I didn't want Dan to think I was just ignoring him. After the game last night, Dan was at the game last night, and we had a very nice conversation after the fact, and he's in Great Britain. So it was the middle of the night for him, and he still stayed up and talked to me for a while, and I appreciate that, Dan. He's in Wales, hence the Welsh News Network name of his channel. So they decide they get other people to sign on to their crazy beliefs about the dual brain and the good and the bad and the veganism is life and all of this stuff. And so they're getting this small group together now, and they decide. Ziz says, "Hey, we're gonna need a bigger boat, just like in Jaws." And she's, probably on boatfinder.com, something like that, and, they find a 94-foot tugboat called the Caleb for sale in Alaska. Now, don't forget, Ziz is from Alaska. She knows the area well. She's like, "Oh, we should go up to Alaska, grab this tugboat, bring it back down here to Berkeley Marina, and we could all live on it together like a big, happy family." That's what they do. They recruit 5 crew members. They make their way up to Alaska to retrieve the Caleb. It's Jack Lesotho, Ziz, Gwen Danielson, Dan Powell, who's a Navy vet with mechanical engineering experience, and 2 other people who their names have not been disclosed. They didn't do anything wrong. I think they got out of this thing right after they got back or something, but they're not involved in any of the murderous stuff, so their names are not released. Dan Powell's name also, he didn't do anything, but his name is released because of this next part. So there's issues with the boat almost immediately. First of all, a tugboat is a slow boat. It's not a speedboat. It goes maximum on a good day with the wind behind them 10 knots. I don't know how. I think that's close to 10 miles an hour. I know it's not a exact, but
I'm not the
somebody,
one to ask.
yeah, somebody in the chat tell me how many miles per hour 10 knots is. There's one bathroom on board. After a day, the bathroom stopped working and the sewer system was backing up. So they were having to go to the bathroom off the side of the boat. Everything is rusty. It needs a lot of maintenance. It's a tugboat, for goodness sake. And actually, I think I have
I'm not even sure what vegans eat in Alaska.
in
There's nothing
my,
that grows there. The only thing to eat is like salmon and
I think I can get to, maybe it's this one. I wish the slides I wish I had labeled them to what's what, but I know I have a picture of the tugboat here somewhere. It's gonna be number 7. Is it? Yes. Okay,
let's
so
see.
here's the tugboat. This is what they
Wow.
were living on. Yeah. This is the Caleb. Sorry for the runny nose. I will try
With
to be
unlimited time and money, I bet this would be a lot of fun. That tugboat looks potentially awesome,
Yeah, but you would need a lot of money to get it in working or like,
which they didn't have.
yeah, they did not have, because they didn't wanna work a wagey job, so they didn't have money. Um, they had time, tons of time. It was 11.51 miles per hour. So imagine going all the way from Alaska to San Francisco at 11 miles an hour like that
It's gonna take a while.
with no bathroom, by the way. No bathroom on board, and everything is covered in rust. Uh, so during the voyage, Ziz and Gwen, this is where Dan comes in. Ziz and Dan Ziz and Gwen try to convince Dan that he's also transgender, and Dan, you're lying to yourself. You're a tranny too. You should start dressing in women's clothes. You're definitely transgender, and you're just in denial. And Dan's like, "Bruh, I am not. And if I was, I'd have no problem with that. But I'm definitely not. I'm just a dude." Uh, and
Would
so,
be easier for them to be able to exchange clothes.
like,
They could all just
I
live
can't
on the boat.
imagine trying to convince somebody of their own sexuality. Like,
Well, they
why?
have 2 good sides of their brain, and so they can think better, and, so they know actually Dan is
I just don't
incorrect.
I don't get, like, this is why I don't want certain people, like Gwen and Jack around children. Because if they're trying to convince a grown man of their sexuality, what are they doing to the kids in their lives? It's crazy that they would even try, like, even say that, even think that, let alone say it and try to convince him. Am I wrong on this? Like, I'm asking my chat, is that offensive? Am I wrong on that? But is it totally weird to try to convince somebody that they're transgender who's obviously not transgender? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to me, when somebody like people have asked me questions before, like, would you
Mhm.
be upset if your son or, because I have two boys, like, would you be upset if your child was transgender? And for multiple reasons, I would say absolutely.
Yeah.
And the biggest reason is the majority of them, post or pre op, they
Mhm.
are some of the most depressed people on the entire planet,
Mhm.
unfortunately, and they have very high, ideation in that way of hurting themselves. And I think any person that is transgender would agree that, like, it's not an easy lifestyle. It's not something that you'd want to get into without being 100% sure. So I think it's absolutely crazy
Yeah.
trying to convince somebody like,
Well,
no, I know better than you, and absolutely, you are this. And yeah, that's a wild, crazy thing to do.
yeah, Ben Darling says quite. I'm wondering if you meant quite like I'm quite wrong? He's also British, so I'm not sure. Um, I just think that everybody's sexuality is their own business, and like you were saying, if my child was transgender, I would give them extra special attention to make sure they weren't depressed or, because there is a higher suicide rate, and I would wanna protect them, and I would want them to live a happy, fulfilled life, right? Um, I don't know. It's like trying to convince somebody they're not gay or that they are gay. Like, why would you even do that, right?
Yeah, it's none of your business. And
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on from that. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but yeah, it's a narcissistic thing. Yeah, that's probably. Oh, Ben said I'm quite right. Okay, thank you. I'm quite right. Um, I appreciate that, Ben, darling. During the voyage, Ziz and I already said that part. So they moored the tugboat. Oh, my bad. So Dude got off the boat. Dan decided to leave as soon as they got to Washington State. They made a stop there to like refuel or do whatever they need to do. And Dan's like, "Pff, I'm out of here. Caught the next flight home. So good for him, by the way. So they moored the tugboat in Berkeley Bay or Berkeley Marina, and they lived on board with anybody who agreed with their Zizian philosophy. And their philosophies were that vegans were morally superior humans, and eating meat was a sin. AI is taking over the world. Also, moral dualism. Every human has two cores, one good, one evil. Some have had two evil cores. Ziz claimed that he was one of the very few humans born with two good cores. And you had to agree with that he was dual good. Or she, sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry, actually. I forgot I'm not going to be sorry about that because murderous death cult. Compromise was considered one of the greatest failures. It's better to remove yourself from friends and family who question your beliefs rather than compromise with them and betray your values. This is a huge red flag for cults. If they are trying to separate you from your friends and family outside of the cult, huge red flag. Like, look out, that's a cult. Members of the Zizians were taught that, like sharks and dolphins, they did not need to sleep. They could turn off half of their brain, so they were required to practice unihemispheric sleep, where they would rest one hemisphere of their brain at a time. If a member was caught sleeping, they were outcast for a period of time. They were, like, made fun of. "Oh, I can't believe you fell asleep. You can't do the dual hemispheric sleep. What's wrong with you?" So, another red flag, sleep deprivation. Cults do this a lot as well. They deprive you of sleep so you're not making good decisions. They're separating you from your family. This is what makes them a cult. Member Chris Pasek, also known as Maya Pasek, I think he was born Chris, transitioned into Maya, became delusional from sleep deprivation and ended up committing suicide in January of 2018. So this is what it leads to. Not only are the transgenders also like they're um, more prone to suicide, but then you get them sleep deprived and delusional. Like, this is very dangerous for these people. Very
with a
dangerous.
narcissistic, like,
Leader, yeah, narcissistic.
psychopath that's leading them. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a disaster.
Exactly. All right. So now we're in 2019. Lesotho and three others, Emma Borhanian, Gwen Danielson, and Alexander Leatham, were arrested. Um, what they called a protest against sexual misconduct within the Rationalist organization. And now you're going to read this article for us, I think, and I
Okay,
will share
can
it.
do. I think you actually sent this to me.
I did. Do you want me to
Okay,
drop it in the private chat or you got it?
I just pulled it up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best here to screen share it. I don't know if anybody needs
Oh,
to.
I
Oh,
have
you
it.
have it up there.
I
Okay,
have it up.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will read this right now. So authorities ID 4 arrested in Westminster Woods protest. So the suspects were found carrying pepper spray, walkie-talkie radios, and a body-worn camera. It says a group of masked and hooded demonstrators who were arrested Friday after they barricaded the entrance to an Occidental Area Retreat Center were protesting an event. There we go. I lost my place for a second. We're protesting an event hosted by Berkeley nonprofit that stages workshops on rational thinking. The Sonoma County Sheriff's Office said on Monday. So, four people were taken into custody after the sheriff deputy swarmed the wooded areas outside of Westminster Woods camp near Camp Meeker, where the group of unwanted people, including one that said that they had a gun, refused requests from staff members to leave the property at around 3:40 p.m. on Friday. So no weapons were found after the SWAT team conducted a 4-hour search of every building on the 200-acre compound. Three of the protesters who were wearing black robes, gloves, and Guy Fawkes masks initially did not follow orders. The Sonoma County Sheriff spokeswoman said, Misty Wood, so the mask was popularized in the 2006 film V for Vendetta, where it was used to cloak the identity of an anarchist attempting to spark revolution, and is a symbol of the online hacker group Anonymous. Though it does not appear that the protesters were with any specific group, Wood said. So one of the first deputies that arrived directed Westminster employee to get to safety and confronted the group of masked intruders with his gun drawn, she said. Once the camp workers were out of the way, that's when they pulled out his gun and ordered the three people to show him their hands. They were initially non compliant, even though they were at gunpoint. They initially did not obey any commands. Once the second deputy arrived, they began to comply and go down to the ground. They yelled profanities and physically resisted to detain them. The sheriff's office said a fourth person was also wearing a mask and robes and was detained separately. One carried pepper spray. The other was wearing a body camera with two walkie talkies, the sheriff said. So they were identified as Jack Lasota, 28, of Berkeley, Emma Borihanian,
Sure.
something like that, 28, of Albany, Gwen Danielson, 25, a homeless person, and Alexander Leatham, 24, whose hometown was unknown, authorities said. All except Boringham remained in the Sonoma County Jail on Monday afternoon with a bail of $50,000. Each faced offenses including felony suspicion of child endangerment, which I'm curious about,
I'll
false
tell you about it in
imprisonment.
a second.
Okay. False imprisonment, conspiracy, misdemeanor, resisting arrest, wearing a mask while committing a crime, and trespassing, authorities said. So, about 50 people, including 24 children, I guess this is what this is
Mhm.
probably it here. So, about 50 people, including 24 children, were evacuated from the property in a Bearcat armored vehicle with a SWAT team, and the sheriff deputy swept the area in search of a gunman. A bomb squad was called in to search each vehicle for possible explosives. And the Henry 1 helicopter helped from the air using infrared cameras to locate people on the ground. We were taking the most precautions possible because this can be really dangerous when you're dealing with people who are hiding their identities, Wood said. Danielson, Lasota, and Leatham were scheduled to appear in the Sonoma County Court on Tuesday. Borrington had I'm never going to be able to pronounce that name, has a hearing scheduled for November 25th. A fifth person who approached the first deputy claiming to be a reporter covering the protest was released, and authorities determined that that person committed no crime. Deputies said that the protest targeted the Center for Applied Rationality because a Berkeley nonprofit founded in 2012 that seeks to develop cognitive tools for truth seeking, introspection, self improvement, navigating intellectual disagreements. So the group was holding its sixth annual alumni reunion at the campground located in the Bohemian North Highway north of Camp Meeker. The popular conference centers containing hiking trails, ropes courses, swimming pools, dining halls, and meeting. So this says at the Bohemian. Is this at the Bohemian Grove? Is that where they were at?
I think it's a different place.
Okay, because
It's
I
just
mean it
off of
is all
Bohemian
Northern
Highway.
California. Gotcha. Okay. So about a dozen adults with their group were attending this retreat when protesters sealed off both entrances, which is terrifying. Um, Entrances at the Westminster Woods, blocking the roads with a small bus in a box truck in a Toyota Prius, sheriff's office said. That's
Of course,
horrifying.
it was a Prius.
From what I can tell, these actions seem like aggressive but nonviolent protest theater. One of the organizers wrote in a Facebook post on Saturday that vowing that the reunion would resume that afternoon. We will not allow a precedent to be set that nonsense like this will achieve its disruptive aim. Flyers left by protesters asserted that the center no longer aspires to teach the true path of rationality. Okay, so the flyers from the protesters asserted that the center no longer aspires to teach the true path of rationality. If it ever did. They also criticized the Machine Intelligence Research Institute, a Berkeley nonprofit that researches artificial intelligence systems, or MIRI, is incentivizing people in accordance with class, which results in a small team discrimination and spending most of its allied efforts of donors in the Bay Area on Bay Area rent. One flyer. Okay, MIRI is incentivizing people in accordance with class, which results in a small team discrimination and spending most of its aligned efforts of donors on Bay Area rent. Okay.
Do you want me
Yeah,
to take
this is
over?
all
Are you
something.
okay?
Yeah, we're good. This is like making my brain work here because there's
I'll get
something
the
I want to
rest.
talk about after this.
Timothy Tellen Luton, executive director of the Center for Applied Reality, said in a statement Monday that two of the suspects had been asked not to attend the event as a result of prior erratic behavior towards our staff and others. Unfortunately, they instead took actions which disrupted things both for our guests and everyone else present at the camp. The nonprofit returned to Westminster Woods when it reopened Saturday. The suspects refused to divulge their names, leading detectives to use fingerprints to identify them, the sheriff's office said. Westminster Woods' as executive director Chris Rhodes on Monday declined an interview about the protest. I don't think that benefits the camp at all. My concern here is the camp. You can search. Okay, so that's just the phone numbers and stuff. I just like you all to know that I made Nate read that because on his show, he makes me read a lot.
That is true.
Whenever I'm a
It-
guest on his show, he makes me read. He says I'm so good at reading that he makes me read. So what had happened here, real quick, and then I'll allow you to comment. But they were trying to go there and shut down the event. They were going to block people from getting into the event. They're idiots, no matter what kind of Ivy League schools they went to, and got there late. They got the dates wrong. They got there a day late. So they got there and they're like, oh shit, everybody's already here. So they ended up blocking people in the event instead of blocking them out of the event. Well, it's a shared event space, and there was a group of 29 school children at this place.
Uh-oh.
So they basically kidnapped, held prisoner school children, which is why those charges ended up being like that. So go ahead. What did you want to say about this crazy anti-protest? Oh, also, sorry to interrupt again, but it's my show, so I'll do what I want. But Guy Fawkes mask, I'm going to let you know that, also known in my chat as the Tyrants Beware mask, because a gentleman who goes by the username Tyrants Beware, who did a false CPS report on my co-host Kfar, by the way, sent CPS to his home. Wears that mask in all of his videos. He doesn't want people to know who he is, whatever. So he wears a Guy Fawkes mask. And since that guy doxed and sent CPS to my co-host's home, he's got, my co-host 5 kids and a wife at home. Like, what are you doing sending CPS there? But I've covered two different murderous criminals who have adopted that mask. So what are we doing here? Like the guy,
Coincidence?
yeah, I don't think so. The guy here over in Roswell, Georgia, that killed those 2 teenagers, Jeffrey Hazelwood, wore a Guy Fawkes mask. He murdered 2 innocent teenagers behind a public shopping center right up the road from me. And now these crazy people trapping children inside of a campground. So, that was my tirade. Did you said you had something to say and I cut you off like 5 times. Go ahead.
All good. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of bust into this a little bit because, like, if you don't understand their mentality or where they're coming from, this all kind of sounds like, what the hell are they doing? But they actually had a rationale in their rationalist community. One of the big questions that they wrestled with was something called, and I don't know if you're going to bring this up, maybe I'm jumping ahead, was Rocco's basilisk. So it is a question, you might say. So it posits a hypothetical benevolent future where ASI, or this insanely godlike artificial intelligence, would come down here, like a godlike intelligence, punish everybody that didn't help bring about its existence or hindered it in any way. So they have this they really think that there's going to be this godlike AI entity that is going to come and take over the planet. And maybe they're right. But it does seem to me that silly that it would then go like psycho and punish anybody that and didn't help out with it. I'm pretty sure it has other priorities. But anyways, they wrestled with this thing here, and so I guess so another thing is they were big proponents of effective altruism.
Okay.
Right? And so what their idea of altruism is, your and I idea might be like, oh, there's some homeless people, maybe we should go feed them.
Yeah.
Their idea is, especially because they're so big brained, right? They think that they're smarter than everybody. They think on the macro scale, they start thinking about humanity and the best way to help it. And so if you were also in part of this rationalist community dealing with the basilisk question, what is the best way to help humanity? Well, it's to bring about this AI immediately and try to make God, I guess. And so every single bit of money that you can possibly raise has to go towards this. And so that's also why they were so angry. They were like, you guys are taking all that money and you're spending it on rent for a Bay Area location. That's specifically when I read that, that made me think about it, because they think that that's a waste of money. Every single dime needs to be, and every single second of your life needs to be put in pursuit of this God that is coming to get us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
so they're part of the sci-fi wackadoo crazy cult.
Yes. Real quick before I get to Erica, these are the other 2 that were there. There was 4 of them at the protest. So of course it was Jack, and Gwen, and then this. Look at how creepy this guy is. Look at that face. That, and like I said before, doesn't make a bad male. And then all of a sudden this happens. What are we doing here? Come on. And then
Katie, what happened to the gentleman they tried to convince was a transgender on the boat? Did they end up getting out of there at the right time, or they didn't continue
he left
in the cult, right?
He got out. He got the heck out of Dodge immediately.
Thank goodness for that.
As soon as they got to land, right? This is Emma. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say.
I don't know which team it plays for. I see an Adam's apple, but I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Don't know.
Anyways, interesting stuff.
Thank you very much, Erica, for the $2 super chat. Xena loves you too. Xena loves you too. Thank you very much, Ava. Your ear is flipped inside out. There you go. Fix that for you, Leia. And Xena, can you catch this? Catch this for Erica. Ready? I was a bad throw. My bad. Here, I got another one for you, Xena. Xena. There you go. Xena got hers. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. Whew, man. It's getting heavy now. Nobody's died yet, but so yeah, their plan was to block the entrance so nobody could leave, and they arrived a stinking whole day late. Can you believe that? So they were all arrested, and their charges ended up being reduced to misdemeanors. The children were evacuated, and the Zizians were arrested for child endangerment, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. They posted bail, and their charges were reduced to misdemeanors. Now, we all know what happens, or we're going to find out what happens after this. So it's kind of, I wish they would have just got them when they could get them, but that doesn't usually happen in this world, does it? You know. In 2020, the U.S. Coast Guard responds to a report that Loda had fallen out of the boat in San Francisco Bay, and nobody could find her body. Let's go back to Ziz. So Jack Loda, the boat's taken on water, and there's a big kerfuffle, and Gwen tells the Coast Guard, Jack was here, and they're referring to him at this time as Jack, as a male missing out of the boat. Jack's gone missing, and we can't find him anywhere, and we don't know where he is. Whole search ensues. They're got divers, they got helicopters, they're checking nearby islands to see if he maybe swam ashore somewhere and was stuck somewhere. Nobody can find him. After several days, they pronounce him dead, even though they never found his body. So he's faked his own death at this point. Or he's dead. We don't know yet, but he totally faked his own death at this point. After that, like I said, the boat was taking on water. The Zizians abandoned the vessel in Berkeley Marina. They left it to rot, half submerged, leaking oil in the Berkeley Marina. Now, for environmentalists, I don't know about you, but leaving a tugboat leaking oil in Berkeley Marina does not sound like the greatest thing to do. Let me get to the boat. Yeah. So this is how it lies today. It's still there, just like this. This is half submerged in Berkeley Marina. Estimated removal of the vessel and to clean up the area is estimated at over $2 million. Some environmentalists they are. So sorry, go
she's
ahead.
big brained and
Yeah.
she has two good sides, and her time is more valuable. She's saving the world. So
I guess.
that is literally how they rationalize the things that they do.
Yeah.
Because essentially in their worldview, and as we're going to get into later, other people that aren't helping are
Mhm.
basically ants. Like there's this whole theory of something like, okay, I'll give you another story about Ziz. So
Okay.
Ziz was one of these people that like wouldn't even squish an ant, right?
Mhm.
Because they were so like whatever you want to call it,
Vegan?
compassionate, I
So
guess.
vegan?
Vegan, yeah, and but like down to like a psychotic way, right?
Mhm.
Like if you catch a spider and put it outside, that's great. Like that good person, good for you. But if you are so crazy that like anyways, who cares? Essentially like one day she had to like get in the shower because she was going to lose her job and she needed her money, like so there was an ant in the shower, and so she like wrestled with it, and then she like justified, she was like, how many ants is it okay to kill? If so this is also the way that they look at human life,
Mhm.
and we're going to get into this like I'm sure as the story progresses. It's okay. because
It's for the
we're
greater
more
good.
important. Yes, exactly. This is for the greater good,
Mhm.
and we need to save humanity by maybe, you gotta, crack a few eggs to make the omelet.
Yeah.
We're gonna do greater and we're gonna save more people. So therefore, you're in our way and you might have to die.
Yeah, it's a little silly, but apparently all of the marine life in Berkeley Marina, who cares about that, right? Well, one of the other things, what was I gonna say? Oh, one of the interviews that I read, and I don't have it pulled up, but one of the other Zizians that was not a criminal, was just brainwashed by these people, was saying that Ziz had said something that had stuck out to this person, was that Ziz was proud of herself for how many people she had made vegan because they were afraid of her. So convincing somebody to become vegan because you give good arguments and you appeal to their compassionate, their compassion for animals, or if you show them the Dominion documentary about how factory farming is done, and changing their mind that way. She didn't care about that. She wanted people afraid to eat meat, and she was proud of that, which just shows a little bit of screws loose up there, in my opinion.
Yeah, so there is some vegan folks in my life that I respect quite a bit,
Yeah.
but then there are the what you might call militant vegans, and those are the type of people that I can't remember the name of that disease right now that is happening from ticks, but those Lone Star ticks that are biting
Like
people, and
Lyme, is
they're
it
actually
Lyme disease or
no, not Lyme disease. I would say it's almost as bad.
something
It's
bad?
almost as bad.
Yeah.
I think it's called agricol or something like that. It's making people allergic to meat. So it's making them allergic to
Oh,
protein.
I heard that on
Um,
your show. I forget, yeah, I
yeah.
forgot about that.
But like if you go to, let's say, like on Facebook
Mhm.
and you see an article about it, you will see the vegans that just revel in this and are celebrating, and they want more people to get bitten by these ticks, and they're like, yes.
And have an
And
uncurable disease, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And so, yeah, I mean, just the mind of one of these militant, and this
Mhm,
person is the most self-righteous, the most narcissistic
mhm.
vegan. I bet she was them was insufferable to be
Worse
around.
than
I can't
worse
even
than the
imagine.
vegan t worse than the vegan teacher, by the way. When I was a child, my dad took us to he had a friend who he was in the military with that had a dairy farm in Wisconsin, and once a year, we would go up to this dairy farm and pick out a cow that we would slaughter for meat, and we would buy a cow and have our freezer stocked all year long. And one year, my dad decided that it would be a good idea for us to witness the circle of life and see where our food came from. And keep in mind, this is not a meat farm; it's a dairy farm. So, like, there's not a lot of cows slaughtered there, but they have a place where they would take the cow to get slaughtered. So we go and pick out the cow, and then we load it on a trailer and we take it up to this place that I'm sure there's a name for it, but where they would actually slaughter the cow. And my sisters and I witnessed the cow. There was like a hammer that came down and hit it in the head, and they'd carve it up and whatever. Um, Both of my sisters to this day, I am 48 years old, well, almost 48 years old. So, and my both of my sisters are 9 and 10 years older than me. So for 50 years, basically, my sisters have not eaten meat. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I love me a medium well steak. So, medium rare, rather. Yeah.
Did
So,
your father ever regret that? He was like,
no, no, not
that's
at all.
hilarious.
Not at
Yeah,
all. Yeah.
that's
um,
really funny.
but yeah, both my
Um,
sisters, they're vegetarian, they're not vegan, or they're actually pescatarian. They do eat fish from time to time, not a lot, but they will have like a salmon or something like that. But they don't eat any pork, chicken, beef, yeah,
The
and lamb,
pescatarians to
nothing.
me are
Yeah.
always funny because of like the hierarchy that they put on it. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but that one, but I know those that one's okay because they're not as smart. And then I've also seen them eat octopus, and you're like, that's arguably as smart
The
as like a
smartest,
5-year
yeah.
old. So
Yeah. Yeah. But I think they do. My sisters don't try to force it on anybody. If they come over for dinner, they will eat whatever the side items are. They don't even ask to have anything special. Those are the kind of vegetarians I like. Also, when I'm at their house, I don't eat fish at all, none at all. So if they're serving fish, I do the same thing for them. I just eat the potatoes and the broccoli and whatever else is on the side, and that's fine. So I have narcissistic vegan is different than a vegan. Exactly.
Yep.
So anyway, that's a tangent that has nothing to do with the story, but Ziz was a narcissistic vegan. Where was I? Okay, so while this boat stuff is happening, they meet a guy named Curtis Lind, and he also lived on a boat, but he had property on land as well. But he's a nice dude, very kind gentleman, was trying to help them because he realized that, these girls, guys, whatever, they don't know what they're doing with this boat. And I have a lot of experience on a boat. So he would go over to their boat and help try to fix it, help try to solve problems for them. Just an all around good dude. Well, when their boat sank, they're like, oh, these people lost their home. They were living here. He offers to let them live on his property. And he had like a boat yard where people would store trucks and boats and stuff like that. It was just basically a piece of land for storage. And he let them like have campers and stuff on this land. They Sorry, there we go. This is his property, so you can kind of get an idea of where we're at. He's like, you guys can live here. They had some trailers that they converted into makeshift housing, and it started off with just a couple, the five that were there, and then they started adding people. They started adding people. They started adding people, and they would get into disagreements with Curtis, who, by the way, nicest guy in the world. The only reason they know him is because he was a kind person who was trying to help them. They end up stopping paying rent. And this is right around the time when California did that rent moratorium around COVID, where you could not evict somebody, even if they didn't pay any rent at all. You just couldn't evict anybody for years. You couldn't evict somebody. And he was charging
The
them
sad
very
part.
minimal rent, too.
Yeah, 100%. He wasn't trying to. Yeah, he
Mhm.
wasn't trying to make him pay much at all.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it was a bummer for the people that had to pay mortgages on those properties because they did not get a moratorium.
No.
The property owners did not. So even if they're these folks weren't
Yep.
paying anything at all, you still had to come up with your mortgage. So
Hmm. Exactly. So there's many disagreements between, like, when they first moved in, he would hang out with them around the campfire or the burn barrel, whatever it is, talk to them, have in-depth existential conversations with them. He was a cool dude. He was a hippie just like them, and he liked them a lot. Then they started having disagreements, mainly over the rent payments. They started underpaying rent, and then they just stopped paying altogether as soon as they realized, oh, well, he can't evict us. So what are you going to do? Right. Once the moratorium was lifted, this group owed this man over $60,000. That's $60,000. And he is like, he knows he's not going to get the money. They don't have the money, but he's like, now I can get them off of my property. So he goes to court and he files the eviction, and he gets the writ of possession on the property. He gets to take the property back. And what happens when you get a writ of possession? I don't know if you've ever been a landlord or are familiar with the process, but I am a landlord and I understand the process because I evict people all the time. Um, I, I, I should I should say, for people who don't know me or are not from my channel, I don't own property. I work for a company that owns property. I'm basically a property manager, but I do the eviction process. And you get a writ of possession. And then after you have that paper signed by the judge, you get a date for the sheriff to come out to kick them out. So just before the sheriff is about to come out, they call, like, at this point, Curtis has cut off all contact with these people. He's not talking to them at all. But they call about a water leak. And if you've ever owned property, water is the worst thing that can happen to your property. Water intrusion is causes so much damage, and you never know where it's coming from or what damage it's going to cause or anything like that. So he hears water leak, water intrusion. I got to get there right away. So he goes out there and they surround him. They end up stabbing this man 50 times, 50 times. And he's got a samurai sword through his chest. Hold on a second. I got dogs messing with wires. Get out of here. Go. Come on. Get in your spot. I'm afraid they're going to unplug something under there. So 50 times and Alex Leatham is the one who led this attack. And you remember him from before. That's this one. This is the guy leading the attack. He has the samurai sword. Also, there is Emma Borhanian. I can't pronounce the name. Borhanian. Emma Borhanian. And Lynn and Ziz is there as well. They all have knives. Alex stabs a samurai sword through him, like all the way through, one side to the other, sticking out both sides. A freaking samurai sword. He's got 50 stab wounds all over him from these other people that attacked him. And Lind, being a awesome dude, pulls out a gun and starts shooting to protect himself, which he's allowed to do, by the way. He ends up killing Emma. This one is Emma. So Emma dies during this because she's stabbing him in the face. Alex is stabbing him in the chest. She's stabbing him in the face, and he ends up getting away. He gets to a neighbor's house and calls 911 for help. Curtis is impaled, and he lost his right eye in the attack. So here he is. So I have a picture of before, during, or just after the attack, and then you can see in this last picture he lost his eye, but he did survive. When I was reading this originally and I didn't know the story, I was like, praise God, this man survived this attack. Isn't that amazing? But he did lose his right eye in the attack. They ended up getting charged with felony murder because somebody died while they were committing they concluded that Lind acted in self-defense. Officials charged Leatham and Suri Dow with the murder because Emma had died. Ziz did not get charged. Apparently, they all covered for her. They said, oh, she was there, but she didn't do any stabbing. And of course, Mr. Lind has no idea. It was a swarm of people on him, so he couldn't say one way or the other.
And no, and not to get confused in any way, shape, or form, they started it. He was in his trailer, and they went to him. So he absolutely had every right to self-defense. Holy crap. And then anytime you have a sword all the way through you, I'm pretty sure that you have the right
to shoot somebody.
Yeah, to shoot somebody.
Yeah, this happened in California, in Vallejo, California. So this is going to go to trial, but not yet. Not quite yet. Next murder. So this is Michelle Zajko. And Michelle has parents over in Pennsylvania. This is Richard and Rita Zajko. Here's their beautiful home. Michelle is the only child of Richard and Rita.
And so another thing that we need to talk about too is that like almost all of these people are the most overprivileged people you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Look at that home right there.
Well educated, comes from they never
Upper middle
wanted.
class.
They didn't want for anything as children. They had all of the cool gadgets. They had the PlayStation, they had the computers, all of that stuff. And went to very good schools. Like we had Berkeley was on there. One of them went to Oxford. There was a couple of Columbia students. They're all very, very well educated and had good upbringings.
So I mean that to me is also one of the saddest things to point out too, is that, I mean, it doesn't matter if you have two parents like this
Mhm.
and they have money and you try to raise your child right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some part of me, like, I'm not upset that my eldest, he just turned 18 actually this year. He doesn't want to go to college.
That's fine. Yeah. Good.
And that's just fine. He wants to do, he wants to be like an electrician or something like that. He wants to
Perfect.
take a, yeah, he wants to do an apprenticeship. And you know what? You're probably going to get more money and
Mhm.
you might even be a hell of a lot smarter without all the indoctrination.
And you won't be in debt for the rest of your
Mhm.
life, from, college tuition bills and stuff. Alright, so Richard and Rita, sorry, they're shot and killed in their home in Chester Heights, Pennsylvania, which is just outside of Philadelphia, I believe, on New Year's Eve. So a neighbor's doorbell cam captures audio and video of a car pulling up to their home, a voice shouting "Mom," and another voice exclaiming, "Oh my god, oh my god." Their only child, Michelle, there he is, she is, there she is. Um, owns a firearm of the same caliber as the gun that killed their parents. She was also the only person listed on her parents' will, so she was set to receive their entire estate, all of their bank accounts, that beautiful home, everything. Only child, everything that these two people had, she was set to receive. So she was brought into the police station. She lived in Vermont at the time. She was brought into the police station for questioning. But at that time, like right after the murders, there wasn't enough to arrest her. So could you plots? Oh, you little shit. Oh my goodness. These dogs are killing me today. They're usually much better than this. I think it's because they have company over. They're not behaving. Okay, so she's brought in for questioning. There's not enough evidence to arrest her. So she goes back to Vermont, and I think maybe they questioned her in Vermont. So she comes back to Philadelphia for the funeral, and the police get a warrant to search her hotel room. And listen to this shit. So it's the Candlewood Suites and where Michelle's staying. They breach the door to the room. They're looking for weapons and stuff, right? They breached the door to the Candlewood Suite hotel room, and when they breached the door, who is sitting in the room? None other than Jack, who disappeared in a boating accident several years earlier, faked his own death. So he's like just hanging out in this hotel room in Philadelphia, and at the time, at the time of um the Curtis Lynn incident, he was going by Ziz. He gave the police the name Ziz, so they didn't realize that it's the same person that they were looking for. Now, they figure it out that this person is alive and well, right? Anyway, so the police are like, something fishy's going on here. Ziz refuses to cooperate. Let me get back to that picture. If you remember that mugshot of her having her head held up, I actually think I
Mhm.
put that on the wrong. I did. I
Yeah,
put it
there
on the
she is.
anyway,
They are.
I have it on the I knew they looked so much alike, I got the pictures confused, so my bad on that. But this is her. She looks dead in this photo. She's not dead. She's refusing to cooperate so much that she wouldn't even hold her head up to have the mugshot taken.
I was
Uh,
gonna ask, and I didn't think that you would just have something like that without a warning, but,
no,
them did look very
dead.
deceased in that photo.
Yeah,
Yep.
not dead. Yeah. W so when Michelle was let's see, so she refused to cooperate, hence the mugshot of Ziz having her head held up. So this is still an ongoing case. They don't know for sure what happened, but obviously, allegedly, in my opinion, Michelle and Ziz killed those people because they needed a new home base after the whole, uh, thing with Curtis Lind. The boat sank, Curtis Lind, and none of them wanna have a job. By the way, some of these people were making one of them, they said they were making over $500,000 a year on Wall
They
Street.
were funding their entire operation. Yeah, they were
They
depending on that
they
person.
all had jobs making over $100,000 in these tech jobs, 150, $200,000. They could all be just fine in life, but they refuse to go to work because it's against their religion, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy. So this is David Milland. He went by Chris. I think Christopher was probably his middle name. But this guy, he's a border patrol agent and he pulls over this is the one that everybody heard about. This happened on Inauguration Day. So I was in Washington, D.C. when I heard about this. This is the first time I heard of the tranny or transgender death cult, right? So Border Patrol agent David Milan pulled over a blue Toyota Prius for a routine traffic stop. Teresa Youngblood and Felix Bockholt. Let's get to their pictures. Did I get the right one?
We're
No.
back at the property on that one. There we go. Yep.
Oh, it's not showing me.
There was Felix, the one that you were just at.
I got to
That's
refresh
Teresa
it.
Youngblood. There you go. That's Felix.
Like, oh, there it goes. Okay. So, okay. It wasn't like my screen was frozen on the officer. That was weird. Okay. So, Teresa and Felix started the interaction cooperating with the officer. The two were under surveillance by the authorities because they had some strange behavior in public leading up to this. They were out in public wearing gas masks for some reason and like full tactical gear. I don't know why. So they were kind of keeping their eye on them, but they pull him over for like a tag violation or something. And when the officer like has his flashlight, looks in the car, they see the car is just chock full of tactical gear. So he calls other officers over to the scene. So now there's 3 officers on scene. Milland, who's doing the interaction, and then 2 officers back in the back, just keeping an eye on things. And right at this point, these 2 decide to open fire on Officer Milland, and killing him, by the way. The 2 other officers that were behind open fire, and Teresa ends up dying. She ends up getting shot by police and dying there on the road in Vermont. Vermont? Yes, Vermont. The weapons used in this attack were registered to Michelle, whose parents died, don't forget, and to Jack Lasoda. So it's all connected. It's all connected. That's how they made the connection, is because the weapons were registered. And here we go. This is what I wanted to play next. Share this instead. Did you have anything to say before I play this video?
I mean, I was just going to go back to the too smart to function. This goes to this group of young, very intelligent, overly privileged, overeducated kids that could have really done anything with their lives and spent too much time online thinking about questions that don't matter and riled themselves up into a frenzy, like psychotic frenzy. And now there are numerous, I think at least 6 people dead, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. All right. This is about Felix and Youngblood.
Man and woman who recently filed for a marriage license in King County are now charged in connection with 2 different deaths in 2 different parts of the country.
One case involves the shooting of a Border Patrol agent in Vermont. King 5 Sebastian Robertson joins us live now with what else we know tonight. Sebastian.
Steve and Maddie, the connections are starting to come together in this story, albeit slowly. We've learned that both the suspects graduated from the Lakeside School in North Seattle. Now investigators are working 2 separate investigations on each side of the country.
21-year-old Teresa Youngblood of Seattle, captured here on a motel surveillance camera, is charged in the shooting death of a U.S. Border Patrol agent during a traffic stop in Vermont last week. Another man in the car, a German national, was also killed during the shootout. Investigators recovered firearms, tactical gear, including a helmet and night vision goggles. Court documents say the pair had been under surveillance for several days leading up to the shooting. According to Seattle police, Youngblood's parents reported her missing over a year ago. 7 days and more than 3,000 miles away in Vallejo, California. Prosecutors say this man, 22-year-old Maximilian Snyder of Kirkland, stabbed an elderly man to death in an attempt to prevent him from testifying in court.
It's tragic, and it shakes the foundation of the system when one of our witnesses is killed before he testifies.
King 5 has confirmed both Snyder and Youngblood graduated from Lakeside School in 2020 and 2022, an elite private school in North Seattle. Records show the pair applied for a marriage license in King County in November of 2024. Tonight, both are behind bars, both held without bail.
And it is important to point out that federal investigators have not indicated if these two murders are connected in any capacity beside the personal connection of the two suspects. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
Yeah, they ended up being connected. So let's get back to Curtis. So you remember Curtis, right? Well, then I got to get my presentation back up. I wish there was an easy way to switch between the presentation and the videos, but there is not. Let's go back to Mr. Curtis. There he is. Oh,
Okay, there we
too
go.
far.
Yep.
So 3 days before the trial for the stabbing of Curtis Lind was set to begin. So this whole trial where he loses his eye and he ends up killing that girl, like in self-defense or whatever. 3 days before that, on January 17th, 2025, he's walking out of his house and he is stabbed in the neck. It's 2:30 in the morning, January 17th. An assailant wearing a mask and a black beanie stabs him in the neck. The guy is Maximilian Snyder, age 22, and he pled not guilty in a Vallejo courtroom in the January 17th killing of 82-year-old landlord Curtis Lind. This poor guy. And let me show you Max here. There's Michelle. Here's Max. Here he is. Looks like a normal kid, and then all of a sudden, evil devil. Like, and he's only 22 years old in this picture. He looks way older than that to me.
Yeah. No, he looks my age.
Yeah,
Very old.
exactly. So here is
Scary.
a little
Absolutely
story. I know there's a lot of people that died in this story, but I really feel for Curtis Lind just because he's a landlord. I'm a landlord. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be nice to these people. And, it ends up
No
literally
good deed
killing
goes
him.
unpunished.
Yeah, he's just trying to help these kids out because he feels for them. So I want to hear from his friend here. This is, I believe this might even be the guy whose house he went to after he got stabbed the first time. Well, let's listen to it.
The coastal city of Half Moon Bay,
It's just real hard to imagine living somewhere else.
drawing Craig Mead to a life out at sea.
There's my boat out there.
It's here where Mead met Curtis Lind.
Kurt pulled in here with a vessel called the Robert Gray. It was a huge vessel built, I think, in 1938, 37. When I saw the Robert Gray show up here, I got to know him.
The two eventually becoming friends while living on the open water, helping other boaters at Pillar Point Harbor.
There's the tugboat.
Tugboat captain Gwen Danielson and Jack Zizians among their neighbors.
That big tugboat was being anchored by someone who didn't know what they were doing. So I went to Kurt, who has a big marine yard, and I said, do you have an anchor to spare, a really big anchor? And I said, do you have a launch? Kurt has everything. And he brought it out here. We went out to their boat and we said, look, we have a present for you. Kurt became friends with them also. At one point, they would come to his boat, the Robert Gray, and then when Kurt sold the Robert Gray, he moved back to his yard.
The tugboat, dragging along the sandy shore, was eventually abandoned.
Gwen and that group.
You can see it here, and this is how it is in the water right now today, by the way. If you go there, this is what it looks like. Can you imagine just leaving a boat like that for that many years? Also, the amount of taxes people pay in this area, you would think the government would figure out a way to clean this up, even if the people who left it there are not. They're all in prison right now. They're not going to be able to clean it up, right? It just drives me nuts. I know it's not my team's thing. I'm not really on a team, but the environment, I'm very passionate about the environment. I love, like, one of my favorite things to do is hang out in the woods. So it drives me nuts when people disregard the environment,
100%. I actually grew up in I wouldn't say the Bay Area, a couple hours north, actually, in Eureka, California, which is even prettier on the coast out there with the sequoia giants, the redwood trees out there. And I have a big environmental bone in my body, but specifically things for like plastic and pollution in the oceans and things like that, and things like this. But I'm not a nutter that wants us to stop using fossil fuels and things like that.
No, yeah. No, but when I see somebody littering, I want to strangle them. It makes me
this
murderous.
is some serious littering right here.
Yeah. But I mean, even like the other day, I was behind somebody. I was waiting to turn to get on the highway, and somebody like just threw a wrapper out of the window in front of me. I'm like, what are you do? Why would you do that? We live here. Like, this is our home.
Nuts. I almost fist fought somebody the other day because they just flicked their cigarette out, and I was like,
yeah,
dude,
what are you doing?
Asked if they could build box vans into mobile homes at Kurt's marine yard. And Kurt, being a nice guy and in need of money, started renting to them.
This is John. If they're asking where this is Berkeley Marina, and I believe the land where they were living is in Vallejo, which I think is they're close to each other, right?
They are. Yeah, it's all in the North Bay.
Yeah.
That good deed setting off a dangerous and deadly chain of events as the group started growing.
2 or 3 became 5, then it became 22 at one point, and Kurt would say they're running around naked in my yard in broad daylight, howling at the sun.
Those renters now associated with a cult-like group known as the Zizians. Prosecutors say 3 members of the group attacked Lind in 2022 when he tried to evict them for not paying rent.
Kurt called me up and he said, I just had an incident with them at the yard. I said, Kurt, you need to get a gun.
Yeah.
He did get a gun, and that saved him.
He was impaled by a sword and partially blinded, but survived.
I mean, just look at the condition that he was left in. It is so sad. It is so, and the fact that he survived this vicious attack and then they got a second try, it's so sad.
Officials say he shot one member of the group in self-defense.
He didn't stop going to the yard every morning, didn't stop that regular schedule, and he didn't carry a gun like he used to. The cops took away the gun that he used at the original scene, and he didn't replace that.
Was he scared?
Was he afraid? Quietly, I suppose.
Then, this past January, his worst fears coming true. Investigators say 22-year-old Maximilian Snyder stabbed Lind to death on his own property.
He would take in people from the streets who needed a place to stay. He was a kind-hearted person, and so he's a lot more well-loved than most of us will be.
Now, months after the murder, the tugboat still sinking in the middle of the harbor. A drifting reminder of the Zizians and the devastation Meade says they leave behind.
They were a murderous group of people who didn't want to get evicted. Okay, just full stop. He happened to end up with a bad batch of tenants who made him suffer the ultimate price.
Maximilian.
It's just all so sad, Nate. I that's pretty much all I have for the show. But yeah. If you guys want to get your super chats in now, now's the time to do it. I do see a $10 super chat from Cool Clear Water. Thank you so much, Papa. He goes by. Getting too heavy. Puppies need a treat. Yes, it's a very heavy story, right? But I think it needs to be told. All right, get in your spot. Get in your spot. Get in your spot. Thank you. Plots. Plots. Good girls. And they're getting a good treat for that $10. I appreciate it. And Leia.
You know, it is kind of hard to think of, like,
Over
I guess, what is the lesson that you can learn from this? And somebody in the chat was like, everyone needs to own firearms.
Yes.
That is one of the right or correct lessons to learn from this.
Yes, for sure.
It would be nice if we could figure out a way to, prevent something like this, prevent young people from going down these bizarre paths. One thing is maybe just in our own way, just not. How do I put this nicely? Oh man, it's interesting.
Ian Snyder has.
Sorry.
Just not encouraging. You don't have to buy into people's delusions, and you don't have to encourage them in their delusions.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I would probably also say be closer with your kids. Pay attention to what they're doing online. Pay attention to what's going on in their life. Keep those lines of communication open as long as you can. And I know it's tough. I was the worst teenager you can imagine.
Oh, Colin just rated. So I feel bad that we're ending. Did you want to stick around and watch a body cam video with me or something?
Sure.
Yeah. If you got to go, that's fine too. Colin, thank you very much for the raid. I imagine, the numbers are up to 102 watching right now from my normal 30. So I hate to end it right now. Just so you know, Colin Raiders, we were just talking about the Zizians, and I'm going to continue just because, hold on a second. Nobody wants to see your hoo-ha plots. Goodness gracious. It is a very sad story. So if you want to learn about them, it was all over the news in January, in the beginning of the year. So if you want to learn about them, go back and watch the beginning of this show once we're done or whatever. But for right now, I always have body cams on hand because people send Kaver and I way too many. So I'm going to pull up. Let's just restore these 4 tabs, restore all. And then if you gotta leave at any time, it's fine. Just, we'll say goodbye. Just so you know, guys, Nate's channel is listed in the description below, and I'm actually going to also put it in the chat because I think you guys would like his channel as well.
I gotta put out some more content on there. I have been I'm what is that term? Anyways, I have too many projects going right now, so I need to.
Too many. Your YouTube friendly projects is what we're interested in now, and I think that's going to be your YouTube channel, right?
Yes. Yep.
So let me
Reality
find that.
Darkly.
Let me find that. I know I put it in my channel or in the description to this video. So let me grab it. Sorry, I'm really good at my job, by the way. There it is. Bam. Let's share this so you guys can see. You have literally one video.
Yep. And it's with you. Yeah.
But I want to show people your channel. I love the artwork and stuff like that. So
I do have the next. I'm working actually. I'm doing the research on it. We are going to be covering another case that was very close to me. So this case right here with Carrie Stanner. It was a friend of mine that I went to school with when we were younger. His mother and sister were murdered by Carrie Stanner, and so that one, was very close to me. And this other one here is with Chef Daniel Brophy, who was my chef instructor actually at culinary school.
I watched that whole court trial, that whole court case. That was a very interesting case.
So I don't actually know how much like new information I can put out there, but I'm going to put out the normal information that's out there available. But I'm also going to give you kind of a personal look at who he was because, I mean, I've spent time with him outside of the kitchen as well. He was a very awesome, kind guy, and he was a funny dude. And they don't like people don't realize that about him. He was one of the he had the driest sense of humor
I
and you
love that.
could not tell that he was kidding, and
Yeah.
he could strike the fear of God in you,
Yeah.
and you didn't realize he was just messing with you the entire time, until, like, 3rd yeah, until, like, 3rd semester, and I finally figured out he wasn't trying to kill me.
Just
Uh,
judging from the testimony in that case from the people who knew him, he seems like somebody I would get along with. He seems like a real good dude, you know?
dude,
Uh,
he was a master gardener, uh, I can't think of the word right now. Oh, he was a mycologist, so he knew everything about mushrooms, like, the dude
nice.
was a genius.
Yeah.
He was great.
Legal Fiction, thank you for the $10 super chat. Tip for a body cam video. He knows I was about to end.
There
He's
we go.
like, "Thanks for sticking around for us." I will definitely always stick around for Colin's audience. He's one of my favorite people on this planet, so I will stick around for you guys anytime. Also, his audience is a great group of people over there too. So, also, I know that Legal Fiction happens to like this video, so we'll play this as well.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
Yes, you can pet that dog, Legal Fiction. Thank you for the $10 super chat. There's some pets for the dogs. Zena, can you catch? Nope, didn't even try that time. I appreciate it, Legal Fiction. All right, this one says, how to instantly get a 5-star wanted level. This is from
Oh, no.
I think it's from Midwest Safety.
Hey, man, real quick with
Yeah,
the new
Midwest Safety. So go over there and subscribe to Midwest Safety. They always have great content over there.
constitutional carry laws in the state, are there any firearms in the vehicle?
It's March 3rd, 2023, and Officer Sprague has his spidey sense through the roof on what should be a routine traffic stop. No one could have expected what would happen over the next 2 hours.
Okay. All right, man. One thing real quick, you said there's an open container in the back? Okay. So I do see the bottle, what was that, Patron? In the back seat. What's up?
That's basically like what
Is that what it is? Okay. All right, man. Not a big deal. You know.
I ain't drunk though or none of that though.
Hey, man. I ain't going down that road, okay?
All right.
But with an open container, I am gonna have you take a step out of the car real quick. All right. Just so we can conduct our business. As long as everything's cool, man. I got no problem.
Great, bro.
I got no problem just putting the bottles in the trunk and letting you go with a warning. All right. But for right now, I am gonna have you take a step out, especially with this bad weather and people flying down this street. Okay. Again, I know I already asked. No weapons in the car or on your person right now.
Hey.
If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, you can tell me, and then we can work through it.
No, I'm just saying no.
Okay. All right. Cool, man.
Hey, man, can you call Micah, man?
So
my tag's good, everything good, my license is great. You can run my name and everything, bro.
That's cool, man. But listen, with the open container, that gives me probable cause to search the vehicle.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not drunk.
I didn't say you're drunk, but you're in possession of an open container of alcohol while operating a motor vehicle. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's a misdemeanor, man.
You know what's crazy to me? When I first moved to Georgia, and I think the law has changed now, but I found out, like in Illinois, you don't drive with an open beer in the car at all, ever. Like it's a huge, big deal. When I moved to Georgia, I found out that the ticket for driving with an open beer in your car was like a $10 ticket. That's it. People would just leave work, stop at the gas station and get a tall boy and drive home and drink it because nothing happened to your license. You pay $10 and that was it, right?
You know, it's an expensive drink, but it's worth it. And there are some places that I believe it's like in Montana and things like that. There's actual drive-throughs where you can get a beer. And so it is kind of relaxed and just it's totally different.
It drives me nuts though because drunk driving is so dangerous. People die all the
Drunk
time.
driving is outrageous, but man, I wish we could normalize having a road soda. Like there's just something about being a road beer, just driving around
yeah.
having a
I don't
you can
know.
stick it
I
to one or two.
disagree.
I think I don't have a problem.
I personally disagree, but I've had a personal tragedy happen involving a drunk driver as well. So I think even if you've had a sip of alcohol, it's not worth it. Just get an Uber, you know. But that's just me. Let's see what this guy's up. Like, do we want to take bets on what his blood alcohol content is? We'll do over under um 0.09. Let me know in the chat. Over under 0.09.
So I am going to have you take a step out.
All right. Well, I'll take the ticket, though, man. I'll take the ticket, though.
Okay, but I need you to understand something, Mr. Whiteside. You still have to get out of the car.
What are you saying, bro? Because I'm talking to the officer and I'm talking to you at the same time.
Why don't you hang up the phone, man?
No, it's for my safety, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, you're safe. Nothing is going to happen to you. But I do need you to cooperate, all right? Now, I've asked you several times now to exit the vehicle, all right? Those have all been requests. I'm now going to order you to get out of the car.
You going to order me to get out the car?
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
What's the protocol, bro?
Like I already told you, man, I have probable cause to search your vehicle, all right? So to do so, you
bro, what's the protocol, bro?
Well, the protocol is we're just going to have you get out of the car. It's okay. Listen, man, we can work through this. I promise you, man, if you're cool with us, and you're going to be on your way here in about 2 or 3 minutes. I promise you. That's it.
I don't believe that, bro. I think y'all, bro.
So like I already told you, man, I already said I can work.
Yeah, they're these officers are very nice.
This is the nicest cop I've ever seen.
Most of the audience is saying it's going to be over 0.09. So I think you guys are probably right.
With you for just the open
Can my
container
sister pull up?
No, that's a safety concern, man.
Because I'm
it's
really
dark out.
scared,
She's
bro,
just
my life.
For what, dude?
For what? Y'all don't watch the news? Y'all know? Y'all don't see what's going on in the world?
Dude, listen, we're human beings having a conversation with you.
We have nothing but
victim mentality.
You've been.
Yeah, absolutely. Victim mentality. Also, you see this a lot, and I haven't watched this video yet. This is new to me, but I guarantee as soon as he's handcuffed, he won't be able to breathe. There's something that constricts the airways that are in people's wrists.
Mm-hmm.
So when they put the handcuffs on, they can't breathe.
Respectful to me so far.
Hey.
I appreciate it, but now I need you to cooperate.
Listen, we need you to step out of the car right now.
Bro,
Okay?
y'all is scaring the
The fact that you're not cooperating is leading me to start to think that there might be something else that's going on. There's nothing going on.
I don't give a about the car.
Well, that's great, man.
Well,
Then let us conduct our business, and we can get you on your way. All right?
Hey, y'all shut the up, man.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it any clearer.
Bro. Can we pull it to a main street?
You're on a main street. We've probably been passed by 100 cars by now. So here's the deal, all right, Mr. Whiteside. For right now, interlace your fingers, put your hands on top of your head, all right?
Oh, we got a runner. We have a runner, a drunk runner, which is even more dangerous.
Do people really think you're going to get away?
Yeah, they do.
It's wild.
Like, I don't think they realize that. Well, and this might be a stolen car. We don't know. But if the car is registered to you, they're just going to go hang out at your house and wait for you to come home. You got to come home sometime. It might be stolen.
He had no container in the car. Refused to get out of the car several times. Speeds are 60 going southbound on Brown Street. Traffic light yielding still westbound on East South Street approaching Grand.
Hey, what do you guys go that way? All right, 11, I have a description of that male. He's a black male, thin build, light skin, tattoos on his face. He's wearing a black winter hat.
There's your first giveaway right there. Tattoos on his face. Well, yeah, of course there is. You guys, please subscribe to Nate. He's hanging out with me after the show was over just because you guys showed up. So if you could please just, it's free, hit the subscribe button. While you're here, hit the like button too. I would appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed here on the Katie Zed channel, why? Why are you not? We have fun over here. I stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays just for you guys.
He has some sort of red sweatshirt on, black pants, I believe. When asked about firearms, he was real hesitant to answer. And then as we went to get him out of the car, he refused to do so. So just be advised, he may be armed. Is somebody running over there?
I can't see.
Yep, somebody's running.
Per one, we had one male running under the bridge, northbound. He's running this way. He's gonna be somewhere under this bridge or near to it, northbound. He saw him running. You see him?
Yeah. Hey, where'd you last see him at? Hey, car 3 just said he's running up the hill.
Oh,
I don't know what hill.
I thought they were just asking random passerbys. I thought that's another cop. I'm like, they're just asking like the homeless guy under the bridge. Hey, which way did he go? I have seen that before though, where like people be standing on their front porch. They're like, he went that way.
You see him? That's not him, is it? No.
No.
What hill are they talking about?
I don't know. He ran this way across the street as the person we saw. That's the only thing I told them, and then they said something at a hill.
Are you f***ing kidding me?
I don't know where the f*** they went, dude. Where are they? No idea.
He's quick.
Yep.
God damn it.
It has to be a stolen car.
It's something.
There's no way.
Either that or he's got an illegal firearm on him that he's stashing somewhere right now. Something else is going on. It's not just a DUI. There's no way. And yes, Shane, by the way, that crawler is made on Restream. Let me know if you need a lesson.
Oh, God, they're down there.
Who needs a breath? Who needs a breath?
Nobody.
All right.
Brandon is finally taken into custody, and just as it seems the situation is under control, his family members arrive, making the situation a lot worse.
I just want to know.
No, absolutely, you don't. You have to leave. You're obstructing traffic.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just meet you at the gym.
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, I'll meet you at the gym.
Can we know what happened though?
Yeah, he took off from us on a chase. He's in a cruiser.
Can we at least get his car?
Absolutely not. It's disabled and destroyed. So you guys have to move the car away from the street so you're not obstructing traffic. And you have
I'm allowed to be here.
No, you have to step off on the road. Thank
you. Okay, I'm allowed.
Unfortunately, the family's antics are just beginning.
Put your feet. You got anything that's on you? I'll open that quickly.
Hold on, man. 1 second. Man. Hey, can I go one more time through this thing? Go ahead. I got still hook chains and everything. Yep, appreciate you, man.
Come on, thank you.
Don Julio. Tequila.
It would be wild if that was the only thing. Katie, you're on mute. I can't hear you.
You know what that means, don't you? The dogs get an extra treat. I don't make the rules, I just work here. But if I speak with my mic muted, the dogs get an extra treat.
That's awesome.
Zena?
No, that would be absolutely nuts if all the only issue is that he had a bottle of tequila in the car and that's why he took off.
What's crazy to me is the family thinks they're helping him by showing up at the scene and arguing with the cops. What are we doing here? That's crazy.
Always. What's the correct terminology for this? He's a dindu. Didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's that? Hey, stop, man. Come on. I'm gonna read your rights right now, okay? You have the right to. I still gotta read them to you, bro. So just be quiet.
He was about to say,
saying that,
shut
man?
up. Did you hear the cop? Just shh, be quiet.
Honestly handcuffed you. You're in the back of the cruiser. Stop. You're being dramatic now. You're the one that ran. Why are you scared? They asked you to get out. If you would have done that, it would have been way easier. Well, for right now, you're being arrested for definitely obstructing. That I know, but I'm not the initial officer. Well, if you're a good dude, why'd you run?
Look at what happened. You ran, we caught you, and you're still fine in the back seat. So apparently you have some kind of misconception.
What's up, man? What's going on? You feel like you're dying? Why do you feel like you're dying? Tell us what happened?
What's going on, cousin? What's going on, cousin?
Hey.
Is you okay?
Is you good, bro?
Did they jump on you?
I think they gonna do something to me, bro.
Would you, Brandon, stop? Brandon, knock it off. Brandon, knock it off.
He's under arrest. That's all you need to know, okay? He ran from the police. He ran from the police. What are you, an attorney?
I want to know what's going on.
I just want to try to
I don't want to arrest you for obstructing.
How am I obstructing? How am I obstructing?
I told you down there, I was polite, professional, explain to you what's going on.
I'm not even in the car.
Please, I'm begging you.
Where you want me to go? Right there. I can stay right here, though.
No.
Let's go to this block. Why do we gotta
clear the scene? I'm not worrying about you behind your back. The officers have to do their job safely. Your family, please watch them up there.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
How is it that hard to understand that the officers don't want you creeping up behind them while their back's turned? They're saying you can videotape it, you can do whatever you want from over there. Just don't come close to the officers while they're trying to do their job. It's not that difficult of a concept, for goodness sake.
Barely.
Yeah.
10 feet, 15 feet.
Why is it an ambulance? Is he hurt?
I'm not trying to
Ambulance.
You're making it hard
You're
for me.
obstructing official business.
How?
Please just go up the street and watch from a safe distance.
How?
Okay, we gonna watch it right
This is
here.
safe.
No, please. Just
So
up
where
there.
is this safe? This is right up there. Right where? This is
Right
safe
up there.
enough. You're making it unsafe.
Again, these are the most accommodating police officers I've ever seen.
Serious. Like, we watch a lot of cops over here, and these cops are being very nice to these people. And now, because of like First Amendment auditors and people like this that we're seeing right here, states have started implementing laws that say a specific distance that you have to be away from a police interaction, a traffic stop, something like that. And it shouldn't be that way. People should just have common sense and do what the officers want them to do. I understand that it is perfectly legal to videotape the cops. It is not legal for you to make the cops distract from, they would have to stop what they're doing this interaction with whoever the criminal is to keep an eye on you. They shouldn't have to do that while they're doing their job.
Police
Why are you trying to touch me? We gonna go right here. We right here. You're making me right here. We mad at you. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I want to make sure my brother. I got more than one question.
Okay, did I tell you he was okay 6 times?
But why is it
Let me
an
tell you
ambulance?
something. He's okay.
Why is it an
Check him out.
ambulance? Okay. Why? Okay, you didn't say that. You didn't say. No, you didn't. You walked away. I tried to talk to another officer. You said he couldn't talk to me. And you got it on camera, right? And you got it on camera, right? You're supposed to protect the side, right? All right. Well, look, at this point, I didn't do anything wrong.
Not yet.
I'm on public property.
Okay, well, you have, because you're not listening to what I tell you.
No, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my brother. I just want to watch.
You can't figure out why you're talking and yelling at me.
Why are you talking to me? That's your problem over there.
You gotta listen.
I think he's earned a cell right next to his brother.
I think so too. Just the fact that he's wasting this officer's time for this long. It's been several minutes now.
You're getting closer to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to get closer. You don't want to talk to me? That's fine. Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, stand right there. Okay. 8 officers. All right, guys, let's go.
What'd you say? He's worried that you're gonna do something to him. Try to explain, and he's cuffed in the back of the car. He's safe.
It's childish, man.
You told me yourself, bro, on alcohol in your system.
And nothing's gonna happen. Things get stupid or silly when you're running. It gets scary. You make a movement they don't see, something like that. You can't do that right now, man. You're good.
Why are you just coming closer, man? Because you keep walking this way.
I'm walking back to.
You were told to stay in front of the ambulance, weren't you?
All right, I'm not staying nowhere over here. I'm walking this way. I'm walking back towards my car, man. I'm going this way.
All right, stay on the sidewalk.
Why are you all in my face and shit, doing all the
Because you were told several times to stay up there.
I just gotta say one thing.
I can't walk past.
If I have to tell you one more time, you're gonna be placed under arrest.
For what?
If you come back on the scene one more time, you're gonna be placed under arrest. Keep walking.
I'm not interfering. I'm not interfering.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. How am I interfering?
Keep going.
How am I interfering?
Take him to jail.
No, I can walk this going.
That's it. Enough with this guy. Take him to jail. Seriously. And if he says, oh, I'm just walking back to my car, if he does not make a beeline for his car and get in and drive away, definitely jail. Straight to jail. Go ahead.
No, I just said straight to jail.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to clip that little, I forget what show that's from, the straight to jail guy. I think I would use it a lot on this channel.
You're doing silly because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my brother. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my brother.
I told you 6 times.
And I'm trying to make sure he's okay.
I told you he's okay.
No, I'm not listening to you.
Every
time I try to see.
Okay, so you stay
you get in my way.
There's no need to use profanity.
Why are you still following me, though? I'm nowhere near you guys.
Oh, I missed the...
Me, man. He's all getting on my way.
There's no need to use profanity.
Why are you still following me, though? I'm nowhere near you guys.
Oh, it's just, I thought they were saying what his charge was. This is just an ad. Never mind.
Why y'all messing
My
with
bad.
Me, man? He's all getting on my
Did you try to move this?
Yeah, I tried to move it. It won't start.
Oh, it's not starting. It's just not even turning on. Okay. Do you guys have like AAA or anything like that?
No, you got AAA?
We can tow it for you, but if you... Oh, your airbags went off?
Yeah, the side airbags. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying,
All
bro.
right. No, you're good, man. You're good.
Is he gonna have to pay for this though?
I mean, yeah, I assume. Our traffic unit will explain this to you when he gets out here. He's on his way out here right now. Hey, do you have...
I got license.
No, you're good with that, man. I'm not worried about that. His airbags went off, so he can't drive it anyways. Do you...
Pull a tow, because it's in the middle of the...
Okay, we're gonna have to tow it, okay? Alright, I'll let you know once we figure out the tow, I'll let you know where it's going, okay? Where does your mom live at?
My mom lives in Cleveland, bro.
She lives in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Where were you going?
I was dashing, bro.
Oh, you're door dashing? Can I get your license from you real quick? Hey, are you good, man? Do you need
I'm
EMS
not hurt,
or
bro.
anything?
I'm just worried about my mom's car, bro.
It'll be... They already know who hit it, so...
Like, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, I literally just went through the same situation, bro, but somebody... I got in an accident.
Close the door here and step out of the way.
Yeah, we don't want you getting hit again.
I know that this is the victim.
Hey, you can close that real fast.
I know that that's the victim, but you should not call the cops, bruh. Ever. There's
Not a good look.
What are you doing?
Doesn't help.
I don't know what to do, bruh. It's officer. I don't know what to do, officer.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Hey, Brandon. What's up, dude? You remember us, right? Don't even what?
Because that was pretty stupid. I ain't doing nothing to you, man. That's why I'm over here. I'm giving you your space. Is that fair?
378.
All right. Well, listen, man. My name's Officer Phillips. You already met my partner, Officer Spratt. We were the ones that stopped you. All right. So listen, dude. You made that so much worse for you than it needed to be. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, man to man.
I'm not trust y'all, bro.
So be it. It doesn't give you the right to endanger other people's lives. Is that fair? Because that was stupid. I think my partner read you your rights. You understand them, correct? You wish to speak with us at this time? You wish to speak? It's a yes or no question. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Questions about what?
About what happened tonight.
I thought y'all was gonna kill me. I still feel that way.
What? Okay, well, you're in handcuffs right now. Nobody's gonna kill you.
You know how many people died in the hands of y'all?
All right. Have a good night.
Brandon was charged with failure.
That cop was completely over it. So he was charged with failure to comply with order of signal of PO, elude or flee, obstructing official business, possession of drugs, marijuana, open container, and of the operator or passenger of a motor vehicle.
To comply.
Let's see if the brother got charged.
Possession of marijuana and possession of an open container of liquor while operating a vehicle. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Nope, that was it. So
I mean, straight up, he would have gotten a ticket.
Yeah.
And now he's probably going to go to jail for a long time, hopefully. It's absolutely outrageous. So, I mean, I don't want to make this at all in any way, shape, or form necessarily about race, except that I would say I've known friends that their parents would have like the talk with them and they would tell them and this is not a race thing, but some people make it a race thing where they teach their children that they are victims to begin with. That the police are out to get them, that the police are going to hurt them, are out there trying to gun them down, looking for a reason to kill them. And so, like, do I believe this guy? Did he actually think that the cops were really going to get him? Maybe not in this situation, but unfortunately, there are people that really do believe that, and they get themselves in these situations instead of like, do you know how many? I've had a handful of tickets in my life, and I should have gotten a heck of a lot more. Why? Because I'm very polite. And
Yeah.
I sit there and I talk to the officer. I am very honest. I tell him what I did. I mean, sometimes it's better not to say anything at all. But I'll be like, "Yep." The last time I got pulled over is because I think my registration was out by like a couple of months, and I was just honest. I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
What happened?
And you know what? He goes, "Oh, you're fine, man. This is just a warning.
Get it taken
Go-
care of.
Like, go
Yeah.
renew your car. Yeah, get it taken care of. You're good."
I believe, I don't know, maybe this is just my situation, but my parents had a talk with me about the police, and the talk was be polite, don't argue on the side of the road, go to court to argue. You take the ticket, you sign it, and you go to court if it's wrong. Every parent should have that talk with their children. This whole we watched Kfar and I covered that case of a Corinne something was the person's name, but where she had her 5-year-old was using her 5-year-old as a human shield, and the cops ended up shooting her. And she literally she's Facebook live stream, whatever it is on Facebook. She went live on Facebook telling her 5-year-old that the cops are outside and are trying to get in to murder them, turning her kids against the cops. And then what happens? She does get killed by the cops because she pointed a gun at them, using her 5-year-old as a shield. What the heck?
Was the 5-year-old okay, or did the 5-year-old get you?
The 5-year-old got shot but survived.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, at
Mom's
least
fault
the child
completely.
survived. Yeah.
Yeah, mom's fault completely. But so guys, Nate has to go. Unfortunately, I'm going to stick around because I don't have to work tomorrow. And if you guys want to stick around, I can be convinced to go through some more body cam videos. So let me know if you guys want to stick around. We can do that. What I do want you to do is check out Nate's channel. He's just starting out. He's going to do some true crime stuff, and I would appreciate it. He's my friend, and I would appreciate it if you could give him support. Like I said, he's just starting out. He's only got one video up on his channel right now, but there's going to be more to come, and I want you guys to be first in line to see it. So it's Reality Darkly over on YouTube. The link is in the description below. Thanks for joining me tonight, Nate. Sorry. I appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. And yes, there's going to be plenty more to come from Reality Darkly. I am a huge true crime fanatic, and so I'm going to start putting out some content here pretty soon. So look out for that. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. Katie, you're the best. And,
Thanks for joining.
I'll see you soon.
All
Bye,
right.
pups.
Bye. And Legal Fiction definitely wants me to stick around. Thank you, Legal Fiction. More body cams, more body cams. Indeed, we can do that, and we will give the pups some treats as well. Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday. I have nothing to do tomorrow, so there's a treat for you. There's a treat for Ava, and if you guys want to hang out with me, I will definitely hang out with you. There's Leia back there in the background. Thank you very much, Legal Fiction, for supporting the channel. Ooh. Doc, are you in my chat right now? Doc, are you there? Doc said he emailed me. Let's get to the next body cam. I'm going to see if Doc wants to come up. Might as well, right? We got nothing to do. Where is the buttons? Oh. I'm so blonde sometimes, guys. I am so stinking blonde sometimes. Is this the one? Yes. All right, more body cams for Legal Fiction and the rest of you. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. This one says the terrifying shift from nice to nightmare. And while this is playing, I'm going to check the email. Doc said he did email me one today, so I'll check that out.
On September 16th,
earphone warning, apparently. Earphone warning.
2024, officers were dispatched to a roadway following reports of a vehicle driving erratically. Upon arriving to survey the area, officers observed a car matching the description parked on the shoulder.
Just a little bit. Roll it down a little bit. Okay, stop. That's enough. That's enough.
Wait, can I come out?
No. If this dog comes out, roll your window up. Roll it up. Just take it down a little bit. I don't want to get bit. I'm not going to shoot your dog. Do not let this dog out.
Can I step out?
Yep. Shut the door. Do not let the dog out.
Trust me, I'm an animal sanctuary non-for-profit. I've done this my whole life.
Okay.
That's what I do for a living. That's why I ask permission if I can step out.
Thank you. You got called in as doing 100 down this road.
Me?
Yeah.
You can ask my boyfriend. He has the speed limit on my thing. I can show you how fast I was doing.
Okay. Is there a problem?
No, I just stopped over because I'm not from here.
Okay.
And again, the only reason I asked the permission to get out was because my dog, she's trained to protect me because like I said, I live in the city. So I want protection. I don't own guns and stuff like that. I don't want to own a gun. I don't own a FOIA card or anything. That's my son. Do you want me to?
No. I want to make sure those dogs don't get out the window.
No, sir. Do you want me to roll it?
No, I don't want you to open that up again.
I was about to say I can roll it.
Just come to the side of the window here. I'm going to sit in the car. And then
my son is in the car. Is it okay if I go back and forth?
That's fine. Yeah.
I don't.
Go over there. Yes.
Literally.
Go over there. So
Okay, guys, I sent Doc an email with the link, so hopefully he can pop up here for a little bit. We'll see. He did send me a video too, so I want to cover that with him.
you're not standing in the road.
I'm sorry. I've literally never been pulled over.
Okay.
I'm going to let this play. I need to use the restroom. I've been going since 7:30, so I will be right.
Driving since.
Okay, you got called in. They said it had stickers all over the back. Driving on the shoulder, passing people. That's why I'm here. Otherwise,
I passed one person, so that's bullshit. You could pat me down. I'm not one of those Black Lives Matter and all that shit. It's okay, right?
Yeah, you can have a cigarette.
Okay. I was about to say, I'll show my hands the whole entire time.
Hello? Cody, this is Sergeant Butterfield of Grundy County. This car that you called in, was it passing on the shoulder?
Yeah, so I was on 80.
Yeah.
Two lanes merges into one. I'm in a big Kenworth service truck.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of the merge. Like I'm in where it's one lane.
Yeah.
And I look in my mirror and I see this car, just booking it. And they pass a car in the 2 lane. They come flying by me on the right-hand side of the shoulder in the gravel, and then I see her get in the other lane, and she drives in the other lane for a little bit, then gets in the middle.
Hang on a second. If you got to deal with your kid, deal with your kid. You're not free to leave yet.
And then I watched her. She got out of the car and almost seemed like she was stumbling, and then she got a dog out and let that thing go in the ditch off a leash, and
Okay.
she almost went head-on with another car. I'm just trying to make sure nobody gets killed.
So here's what I got going on. This is my concern. I smell something sweet. Have you been drinking today?
Sweet.
Yeah, have you been drinking today?
No, sir, I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No, I smoke weed. I have a medical card too, even.
That doesn't make it legal to drive.
No, I know it's federally illegal. I know, sir. I'm just saying, like, you're asking what I'm doing.
So here.
I smoked at 8 a.m. exactly.
All right. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to put you through the field sobriety test.
What is that?
Field to decide whether you're impaired or not.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, I can't walk a straight line, but I can do it for y'all. But King County they arrested me, and then they got in trouble. So I do want to let y'all. Is it okay that I take my flip flops off? And
I'd prefer that you finish smoking. Here's what I'm offering. Then, if you can't do all that, let me just check your eyes, and then I'll offer you a portable breath test. If you have not been drinking, you should blow zeros, right?
all right, that's cool.
Okay. So stand. Come here.
You want to do a test?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I've never been pulled over ever in my life. Like this is actually making me anxious.
You got pulled over by King County.
King County, not Kendall. I've been living here for 2 years.
Okay. Here's what I need you to do. Okay.
This
Turn your back to my
really
squad car.
making me anxious, sir.
Turn your back to my squad car.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Back here. Come here. Come here, ma'am. Just back up. Okay. Put your heels and toes together, arms down your side, just like this. Okay. Good. Okay. Put your arms down your side.
Last time I had the cop experience was in King County, and they took my son from me.
I don't want to take your son. That's not what I'm here for. But here's the deal, okay? If we don't move forward with this,
Yes.
then you're gonna.
Then I'm gonna automatically. I know how it goes.
No. I mean, you can. It's 3:30, okay? I don't want to be standing on the side of the road with you, okay? We need to get this buttoned up.
All right. What do you want?
So I need to make sure that you're not impaired. That's all. Put your arms down your
All
side.
right. I can't deal with the flip-flops. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking you to move. I'm just asking you to stand.
Yeah, but like.
Stand like this. That's all I'm asking you to do. Put your hands at your side. Okay? Keep your arms at your sides. Okay? Keep your arms at your sides.
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
I'm trying to get this done. Okay?
I know. I was just taught to always thought. My mom always told me.
Okay, there you go. Keep your head still.
You're right in the sun, so that's really
And
not
let's
fair.
turn your back to the sun.
So I keep the head still, don't move the head, right?
Correct.
So I'm doing good.
You're doing it the correct way. What I'm
That's what
instructed
I'm
to do.
asking.
Keep your
like,
hands down your
that's
side.
what you want me to. Sorry.
Your hands down your side. Down to your side.
Sorry. I don't want you to get mad.
Just follow the finger.
I want to follow my head with my head because, like, I'm used to, like, with the combine and stuff. Like, you follow.
But keep your head still.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. All right. You got the PBT? No. So you said you can't move or you can't walk and you can't stand, right?
No. I never once said that. I said my speech is sounding.
Okay, so you can walk a straight line?
Yeah, do you want me to walk a straight line? What I said was my flip-flops that I am a hillbilly and that I've only walked straight line with, like,
Do you have
barefoot.
a problem taking a PBT?
No, I can.
Take a deep breath and take a PBT.
How do we do that?
Blow hard for 4 seconds. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
Like suck in?
Yep. And blow hard 4 seconds. Go. Blow. Listen.
I am blowing.
Listen. It's like blowing
I
up
was
a balloon.
blowing, sir. I was.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Blow hard for 4 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Take a deep breath. Blow hard. 4 seconds. Blow. More. Okay. All right. Here's the deal. Okay. I've never seen such bad nystagmus. Okay. What that is the involuntary jerking of the eyes. It's an indicator of a high level of alcohol or depressants. Okay. So
that's what happened with King County last time. I was throwing up last time because I was throwing up.
So then if you would just do this and it would show zeros, then I would know that there's something more going on. You're not blowing as I've instructed
I'm
you
going
to.
to let you know right now.
We have a guest. Hi, Doc. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, am I on stage yet?
You are.
Oh,
There I am.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining me. You send me videos all the time, so I figured since Nate had to take off, he's got kids and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'd invite you up since I didn't want to end it right when Colin's people got here because I literally have nothing to do tomorrow because it's a holiday. So
well, I've got an activity you can do tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
let me know. Yeah. Hit me up on email.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. We're going to be doing a live talking about Memorial Day, and this is also graduation season. So what the heck? We'll talk about graduation fails.
Okay. Yeah, fun.
And graduation etiquette.
I'm gonna grab your link and put it in the chat, and let's get back to this idiot who doesn't know how to blow in a breathalyzer for 4 seconds.
No, it's not gonna show zeros because I have the teeth.
It does.
It does. Sorry, King County got in charge and in trouble in the King County. Y'all can look it up.
You know how to do that? Okay.
I'll let you do it.
Here you go.
I will do exactly what he says.
You do this, and then we'll let you talk, okay? Deep breath in. There you go. Shut up.
Sir, I'm going to give you the opportunity to be straight with me, okay? Have you been drinking today?
No.
No?
I told you when I was drinking.
When?
8:26 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
I had a smoked cigarette, and I had literally one shot. That was it.
Okay, so you did have a shot. You told me you smoked the cannabis this morning.
I'm sorry. It's just like, this cop stuff makes me anxious.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's the deal. You've got an empty.
I showed you.
Stop. I know that's not yours. What about the pop-up vodka in the center console?
That's my boyfriend. This is not my car. I can even show
She
you.
is so full of shit. She is so full of crap.
I was wondering where that smell was coming from.
Yeah, it's her. First of all, I didn't drink anything, right? And then all of a sudden, I drink a shot this morning, and then now she's got
at 8:26 a.m.
She's got liquor in her center console. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If I was going to have a drink in the morning, it's going to be probably because I'm having a hamburger with that drink.
Yeah, or I can even understand if you're not planning on going anywhere and you're hungover, sometimes people will have a drink in the morning to help cure the hangover, but you have to not have any plans that day. You have to be staying home all day.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, so I put Doc's link in the description. Here's his channel as well. Subscribe to my friend Doc. I would appreciate it. I will be on his channel tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern time. I will see you there then.
This is my car.
I believe it's not your boyfriend.
It's not.
Do you want to do any more fields? You said you can't walk. You said, I mean, I'm not going to ask you to walk.
You're just going to arrest me. It sounds like y'all are going to arrest me, aren't you?
Well, I don't think you're being completely truthful with us.
All right, be like King County. Here.
All right, you're under arrest for DUI. You're under arrest for DUI.
This is what I mean. Like, you guys did this last time. You did this last time.
How many times has she been arrested for drunk driving that she's got a history? You did this last time. Are you kidding me? Well, maybe stop drinking and driving. It won't happen to you, ma'am.
It's one of those things like if you're constantly drinking and you're constantly getting arrested, maybe you need to change something to make the other thing to change.
Like drive yourself to an AA meeting instead of just wandering about drunk driving.
Or better yet, just don't leave your house.
Exactly.
Like you said earlier, don't leave the house.
Don't go nowhere. Don't go anywhere. Just stay home.
Did this last time. Oh no, I can't even do this. This is what you guys did last time. I didn't mean to spit on you.
Calm down. Stop. Or this is not going to go the way you want it to. Do you understand? Calm down. I understand that. Do you want us to take care of your son and your dogs? Then stop.
Please.
Quit walking out in the traffic. Calm down. Okay? Because
That's what y'all did last time, though.
Stop. I'm either going to call animal control and DCFS, or I'm going to call your mom and get
your dog and animal control up. Then my dog will get shot.
Hey.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to help you, but you just won't calm down. Stop it.
Please.
Then stop
This
talking.
is what you all did last time, though.
Stop talking.
Y'all put me in handcuffs last time, and then
right.
y'all got put.
I did not realize she has got her dogs with her.
Yeah, the dog is in the car. You saw it earlier in the video.
I was using the restroom. I didn't see it, but
God.
I really drives me nuts that people commit crimes with their dogs with them. You need to protect dogs and kids. Animals and children need our protection. You should not be driving drunk with your dogs and kids in the car.
Please, I've done this last time with King County, and y'all had to be ready to apologize. I look like a drunk person, but I'm just stupid. I'm sorry, and y'all had to write an apology last time.
Stop this. Get up there and be an adult and have a seat. Listen to me.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Then I'm going to have to take your kid.
Then do it.
Okay.
I promise.
All right. Animal control's coming. All right.
Sorry.
All right. Brennan, you love start animal control. Because she's more worried about you with her dogs than she is talking to her kid and keeping him calm. Pit bull and a smaller terrier type dog.
Kevin, I have been the whole time. I have been cool.
She's got 2 dogs.
Yeah, I just saw the one, so there's 2. Okay, all right.
2 dogs
and a kid.
And she doesn't even care about the kid. She cares about the dogs, which is insane. That's an insane what's it called? That's an insane order to put the order of importance. Like your kids should be here, dogs probably down here actually. Kids, husband, dogs down here. Not that her husband's with her. I'm just saying order of importance in my life. Kids are here, then Dave, then dogs are like down here somewhere. Cats don't make the list.
I've always been cool with cops.
Wait, no.
Here's what's going to happen.
Listen to me.
I've always been taught to prove.
Okay, I'm calling DCFS then. That's one thing. Then tell us your mom's name. Please, God.
You're going to taser me?
Get in.
I don't want to do this. You're going to taser me? Really?
Listen.
This prick is going to taser me? You're going to get your license removed like the last county sheriff.
I'm getting drunk, smelling you.
Really? That's exactly what the black ass cop said last time.
Real nice. Wow. That's going to look good in court.
It's going to look in court that
Sit down.
truth?
Sit down. I'm going to pick you up like a toddler and put you in there.
All right, go ahead, y'all.
Let's pick her up.
All right, let's do this.
You want to pick her up? Get in the car. Come on. Get in there. Get in. Come on. Get in. There you go. You're going to catch You're going to catch a felony.
Fine. Leave my f***ing soul alone. I promise I will bring this shit.
I am so sorry, anybody who's wearing earphones right now. My deepest apologies for that. It got me too, by the way.
I will also say this. That is the greatest line I've ever heard a cop say. I am getting drunk by smelling you.
I'm getting contact drunk.
Yes. And I want to let you know, one of my cats has now appeared because you were talking bad about cats. She is, you can see her ghosting in on my cam right now.
Nobody docks me. That cat's going to murder me. Oh my goodness, baby.
Leave my son alone! 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 Leave my son alone!
Somebody get the priest. We need an exorcism.
Ooh, I tell you, she is.
What did you do? You're lucky I don't fucking rip it.
Yeah, that's another charge.
Undercover. Just shove it back in there. Don't do that. Yeah, you're lucky.
Katie, can we just say something else?
I am in shock at this woman right now. I'm in shock.
I gotta just say this. There should be a law about what she's wearing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not a 10, if you're not at least at an 8 or 7,
I
don't wear
disagree.
that.
I disagree. Nobody should wear this no matter what you look like. Absolutely nobody. This is a sports bra. The word bra is in the name. It's a bra. Also, just cover up, ladies. What are you doing?
And that's what I do for a living. So you're lucky I didn't actually unplug it. You're a little bitch, you know that?
Why are you so angry now?
What do you mean? What do you mean, you lying ass bitch?
What are you angry
You
about?
little lying ass. Wait until we get out. You want to see a felony charge? Let's do this. Come on, get me out this car, bro. Come on, get me out this car. Well, I can't wait till we get to the sheriff. I can't wait till we get up. Come on, let's go. Come on, get me to that sheriff's office. Let's go, bro. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait. Even with my hands tied behind my back. I can't
Now she's
wait
threatening
for
the
you.
cops.
The cops? The door? Huh?
Come on, midget.
Wow.
Come on.
So tough.
Come on.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, hey. Oh, you want to rough me, midget? I respect every fucking cop here, but you fucking bitch ass. Get him off me. Get him off me. I want him off me. I won't get him off me. I will respect you and everyone else. Get him off me. Get him off. Let's just get in here. I will get him off me. I will.
That's not how it
Get
works.
him off me.
Get in the...
Get him off. I want him off. Yeah, midget.
Let's go.
I'll see you when you don't got a gun, you little yeah.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
show me why you don't got some no gun. Hey, come on, show me when you ain't got all these fucking cops that get big. Sit down. Just sit down. Sit. I asked you respectfully to leave my fucking son. You're gonna talk shit to me in your car? Hey, when you got a
I
fucking
didn't
job,
talk
sit
shit
down.
to you,
When
actually.
got,
That's all.
You lying ass. Why don't we play that recording? Hey, listen. I'm so done with
I would just like to say that somebody said the same thing. It might have been Jonathan in my chat yesterday. What day is today? It was either yesterday or Friday. And since then, I think it was Friday, that song has been stuck in my head since then. So it was almost gone. It was just about gone. Now it's back. Now it's back. Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Get his ass out here and I'll respect y'all. Hey, get his little midget ass out here. Come on. Come on, grip him.
You guys already.
You're gonna laugh.
Down.
Get him out of here.
Bye-bye.
The woman was charged with DUI and child endangerment. Her brother arrived to take custody of her child but refused to take responsibility for the dogs. On scene, she registered a blood alcohol concentration of 0.191.
Wow.
Share your thoughts below and remember to like and
Super
subscribe
drunk.
for more.
Oh, yeah. Always. Yeah.
Super drunk. So this is the one that Doc sent me just now today. I haven't watched it yet. So
Okay.
do we need to know anything? Headphone warnings, anything like that?
A little bit, because there's some sirens, but not anyone yelling, screaming, or hollering. But I found this one to be interesting for a lot of different reasons.
Okay.
It's more of how police basically tracked down a stolen vehicle that Apple AirTag was actually in the vehicle, and how many officers were involved. There were a lot of officers involved, because it was at a festival that basically in the video they said that there were 40 officers in the area because of the festival.
Know where we are in the country?
Yeah, well, it's in Santa Fe.
Okay, New Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, so that's cool. Well, I don't want to say.
Don't say
again,
anything.
Yeah, I won't say anything.
All right, we'll watch the video. It's 10:36 in the morning. Let's see what happens.
On September 8, 2024, officers with the Santa Fe Police Department in New Mexico were dispatched to a local McDonald's in reference to a stolen Jeep Cherokee. What the suspect didn't know was that he was being tracked by the owner via an Apple AirTag, but that didn't stop him from turning the
You guys know what to do if you want me to sing that song.
last day of Santa Fe's largest celebration, Fiesta de Santa Fe, into complete tragedy.
Vehicles fleeing North St. Francis. Okay, I'm just gonna donate to you. He's already starting to get a little reckless here. So, can you go over to the police? He continued northbound St. Francis. Looks like state police just engaged. Actually, that looks like maybe SO. Right now. Down Guadalupe! I guess he went down Guadalupe. Did you see a car rolling ass through here? Hey, okay.
East Marcy Street.
So the one earlier, you noted that where the police was asking, well, they were asking each other about if they saw a car. And here we are. We actually are seeing that very thing. They were asking bystanders, "Hey, have you seen a car?"
Yeah, and most of the time, bystanders are perfectly willing to help because they don't want to be on the streets with criminals. They don't know what these people did. I would.
Right? Yes. If I saw it, I was going in the right direction.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because who knows? It could be a murderer, a rapist. Who knows what they're chasing him for?
They had left father AirPods in the car. White Jeep Cherokee. It's going to be closer to Marcy Street. We don't have a cross street right now. It was.
All right.
Hi, this is Officer Gonzalez. Are you guys here at the McDonald's?
Yeah, we are trying to get a coffee. It's been a hell of a morning.
Okay. Can you? Are you in the drive-thru?
No, I'm right here.
Can you meet me outside?
I'm also out of coffee right now, officer. It's very sad.
Oh,
look at a kitty.
Oh, yeah, there she is on the camera.
Do you have kitty treats for the kitty?
Actually, I do have kitty treats for the kitty.
If somebody donates, the kitty will get treats and the doggies will get treats. So let's see it, guys.
Yeah, and And here's the thing: I have 3 cats, so it depends if where all 3 of them are.
I have 3 dogs. You have 3 cats.
Yeah,
we can go crazy for a super chat right now. Treats for everybody.
We have officers pursuing the vehicle, so we're just trying to get updated.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I'm walking up to a police officer right now.
Perfect, that's me.
How we doing?
Yes.
Sorry, I was.
Do you mind if I leave?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. The guy in the drive-thru is the guy whose car was stolen. So they're checking his phone to find out where the car is from the AirTag.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why they're not really pursuing hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he's going to be at.
Yeah, and I assume the guy doesn't know that there's an AirTag on the car that he stole.
Oh, definitely does not know.
Yeah. It is definitely treat time. I just saw it pop up on that screen. It'll be here any second. Oh my goodness, everybody.
Oh yes, I see that.
Everybody gets treats. All right, let's do this. Hold on.
All right.
Let me do this so it makes it big.
You get 3 treats there.
You need to get a better background so we can actually see the cats. Like just put a sheet up behind you or something.
Oh, then I'll be all Chris Ryder.
Well, I mean, you could make it look nice. Like this is not anything special. It's a bookshelf with stuff on it, you know?
But what I probably would do is invest in a screen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the green screen makes it so you can't see the cats.
I thought you want with the green, because I don't have a green screen. It's just a background.
Oh, yeah.
You get a green screen. As long as I'm not wearing green, you will have a background.
Are you sure that your cats aren't green? Because that could be a problem.
Well, I don't have a green screen.
I'm kidding. Those were the jokes, man.
No, those are the jokes. Okay. Hey, sometimes I don't know.
Let me get these dogs some treats. Look at this one. Thank you very much. Where is it? Jonathan Treats, it says. Legal Fiction says can't say no to cat treats. And Cool Clearwater treats from Hannah. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass out all the treats at the same time. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this small so that way the dogs get bigger. There they are. There's one. Leia. Leia's not moving. There you go, Leia. Zena, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Not you. Zena. Ava. Zena.
And there you go, Biscuit.
What? Leia and Zena. Okay, I think we got them all. I'm all tangled up now. Okay, thank you so much for the support. Menominee doot 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 doot. Menominee doot 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 doot. Thank you so much for renewing your membership, Maggie 5. Okay, we're in serious trouble here. Look at that's all I got left as far as dog treats go. I mean, I have tons of other treats that people have sent me, but as far as the mini milk bones, they're going to end up starting to get big milk bones tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And one more from David Persons.
There you go, Diesel. So I had another cat just joined me.
I think. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I was just away from my microphone.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, I hit my microphone.
Max. Oh, I thought you said that you were going to say you hit your max limit on dog or cat treats.
No, I hit my microphone mute button and didn't know if I turned it back on properly or not.
We have exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 mini milk bones left. I'm going to have to do an Amazon order before Wednesday.
Diesel, what you doing there?
But I do have a lot of treats, like nice treats, because people are so generous and send them to my P.O. box. Keep in mind, I've never gotten anything for me in my P.O. box, but I've gotten so many milk bone treats or dog treats in my P.O. box. The P.O. box is listed in my channel description, by the way. All right, let's get back to this. They just checked, just to recap, they just checked with the guy who was getting coffee at McDonald's, because it's been a heck of a morning, on his phone where the car is located, because he's got an Apple AirTag in his car.
Did you already come through there? He's coming down Palace Road.
What kind of stickers are on the back?
It's a racing sticker. It's like a Spartan face.
Okay.
A Spartan mask on it, and then there's actually a racetrack on it, but you wouldn't be able to tell that.
All right, I'll be coming on elevator now. Just stay close to your building right now. About to set up spikes with some cover, hard cover.
No updated ping from the 210 East Marcy Street. Is there a way I can update the ping, or is it just every couple minutes, right?
It's whenever, yeah. So it's basically whenever it's next to an iPhone. So that's how the Apple tags
Do
work.
you have a description of the driver in case he takes off?
Were you guys able to identify the driver? Or no?
Well, I don't know who the driver was. He dropped off a woman right over here when we were watching them. They looked homeless to me.
Yeah, he's advising they looked homeless. Unsure.
At least the woman did, yeah.
How many people were in it?
It was just 2. It was him, and then he dropped off a woman over here.
Get out of the way. Get off the road. Hello. Get off the road. Where's he at?
Oh. I was trying to figure out why the cop was telling the other cop to get off the road. They're hiding from him. They think he's going to pass right by there. And if he's a bunch of cops there, smart. Very smart.
It's coming this way?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did it have details on the hood?
Did it have decals on the hood?
No.
Negative. Okay. No other decals or wrecks or anything like that, right?
No, it's not wrecked.
Okay. So you guys didn't report it this morning, though, right?
Yeah, we did. We reported it last night at 2.
Did they give you a case number for it or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Just seen going eastbound on.
Okay. And you saw the stickers on the back and everything like
Yeah,
that?
it's definitely my car.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Because we don't have it as stolen right now, so we're not sure what happened.
They said he's Alameda and Palace is what they said.
Is Alameda and Palace a good location or not?
Try not to touch the vehicle.
I haven't seen it. It's still pinging in your guys' downtown area, but he's getting notifications here on St. Francis as well.
Your last one was Palace, Alameda.
Yeah, like a Trackhawk. It's got a lot of exhaust.
Did they have a key or anything to it?
No, the key was in the vehicle. Yeah. I couldn't find it last night, and I was like, yeah, it'll be all right for one night. Obviously not.
And it was in it. Okay.
Couldn't find it when I left it, yeah.
And it's good.
They followed him up by the other side, right? Park?
Yeah.
I don't know what unit that was, but then...
He's hit out somewhere.
Yeah, they were on his ass, man.
I know. And unfortunately, we can't pursue stolen vehicles. So, yeah, but we have all officers here because we hope that with so many of us here, they'll dump the vehicles. What happens.
Yeah, as a V8 in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
There it went. I believe it just passed Palace on PDP.
Where's the direction?
North. So hold up. Never mind. It's just one that looks like. No, that wasn't it. I hate the compassing of Santa Fe streets. It's bad.
Okay, I got a Jeep Delgado and Alameda with a Colorado University front plate.
But I love Maine Coon cats. They're like dogs. They play fetch. They're big. I love them.
I would love to get a Maine Coon. I would love to get a Maine Coon.
Also adorable, by the way.
Like I've seen videos of people who actually have mountain lions. That's a pet.
Okay, that's too much.
Well, mountain lions not the same size as a dog.
Yeah,
and they're adorable when they're tame.
When they're babies, they're cute.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if they catch this guy.
Better for being the one throwing in all the help.
Damn. All right.
She used to wrestle. Did you wrestle?
Not professionally, no.
Well, I'm not talking about blanket wrestling either.
No, they don't.
I'm just saying,
I'm gonna go cruise around a little bit. I told them just to stay there, considering that he might be down here.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get hit.
I don't want you to get hit either. And I told him if he comes by here and you need help, just go help you out.
Sorry, say that again.
So Clearwater made a good comment. There was a comment made about can't pursue stolen vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of departments out there will not pursue stolen vehicles, especially if they contract a stolen vehicle. Especially in the downtown area, it's a dangerous situation.
Yep.
Too many innocent people's lives are at risk, as well as the officers and the people they're pursuing. It's not. I want them to catch the people, but I don't want them hurting someone.
Absolutely.
That might be happening to stand in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Just let me know if you guys need anything else. We're going to be looking for this all day. So
thank you so much.
Just
I appreciate this. Right? Hopefully.
I know. I hope we find it right away. And luckily, though, it's fiestas, so we have every officer in our department in service right now.
Nice.
So
there's
usually there's like 5 or 6 of us. Right now, there's probably like 40.
Nice.
In the downtown area. So
I would love the exercise.
Yes, I think we should be good. Okay.
Thank
you.
For the next 30 minutes, the suspect continued to elude police, most likely circling downtown Santa Fe. When he was spotted again, he was northwest of Paseo de Peralta and heading straight for Fiesta de Santa Fe.
Starting to accelerate now. Should be at Griffin. Too many pedestrians in that area. Let's do. And I am not pursuing. He is headed towards PDP wide open.
Yeah, PDP wide open.
He is headed towards PDP wide open.
I read his speed just past me, heading towards downtown. I'm not pursuing.
That way. Almost in. I'm throwing up the zone now.
Get off the radio. Should be on Sandoval now.
The driver of that vehicle was wearing glasses.
I thought I heard something like yelling and all that. There's a guy driving crazy over there.
I know a black SUV went that way. He went through Colonel.
They're revising.
He's down on the plaza area.
Which way did that car go? Did y'all see it? The white Jeep?
Were you trying to say something?
No. I was just getting all hype up with the chips and music, but I do want to note one thing though about this particular video.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple agencies involved in this.
Yeah.
So, and I think I need to say that because something's getting ready to happen here.
Okay.
That kind of counters what was said earlier.
Did he go through here?
Yeah, he went through here and he went left.
Stay off the radio. You just went down wrong way, Sheridan.
We have lights on it. It's going east on Marcy toward, back toward PDP, east toward Marcy.
Thank you. I'm trying to.
There it is. He's coming down behind the library.
Stop! Get out of the car! Stop, please!
What's going on? Washington towards the plaza. He just hit a unit.
Oh my god.
how big of a magazine does this guy have? 17. I thought I was going to count to 16 and that'd be it, but he shot 17. So what did he have, a 30 round?
It wasn't just one officer.
Oh God. I thought it was the suspect shooting. Okay.
Yeah, it's and I still cannot figure out why they started shooting, other than maybe that he came close hitting people with this vehicle.
Yep.
It's trying to only logical explanation. And of course, if you come close, if you start using your vehicle to hit someone, whether it's an officer or a civilian, that becomes a weapon.
Yes.
You guys okay?
We're good.
We're good.
Jonathan, I do have I have a 30 round magazine for the Glock, but it's so inconvenient to use. It makes the weapon so heavy. I own it. I never use, like, we used it at the range one time just for fun, but I don't like it. It's not good. 15 is my limit. 15 plus 1.
Well, I will beg to differ. I have a 30 round magazine for my Beretta, and I have a 30 round magazine.
For a handgun?
Yeah.
It makes it so it's not as accurate, in my opinion.
I like them. It's probably down to what your strength might be as far as holding the weapon up.
Maybe.
Yes. Now I do have a 50 round magazine for my Glock. I'm not crazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
That was more of a let me get that because it was dirt cheap on a certain website.
Because it's cool.
It is cool. Let me get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have it if I ever.
Yeah, I just don't like it personally.
So. Hey, can we pause for a second? Okay. What I like about this video is also what kind of units do we have? We have our standard patrol units. We have our motor
bicycle
and bicycle.
Bicycle.
I was at some point while watching this first time hoping to see a mounted unit.
Yeah, we need a horse, and we need the guy that's on the
Segway.
Yeah, the Segway. That's the word I was looking for. Segway cop. Thank you.
Is she okay? Yes. Well, come on. Let's go over there. Come on. Come on. No, they're good.
All shots went that way. Okay, stay up for a minute. That's okay.
Where's the person that was in the car?
Can I shut my baby?
Sure, no. Yeah, go ahead. Start checking business. Make sure no one's hurt.
We're getting advice at 53 SO.
He was leaking a little bit.
Yes. So one round did add 2 more content.
Yeah.
The vehicle that was hit, the unit that was hit.
Someone has an open mic.
Yeah, I know. It's what?
I have an open mic from a unit. Are all units 10 for? Some of all units, do we have any units that
Where are they?
Can any units advise if any units are here?
Damn it. Where are they?
Damn it. Terminate on Henry, since everything else is tied up. Canyon East Palace, we have the suspect bleeding. Units disabled. East Palace Canyon. 10-3 boys, so we can go back to that. Yeah?
Just W to the shoulder.
Yes, W to the shoulder. I'm good. Follow these directives. Is there an ATV and they keep blocking up the channel?
Tourniquets, or are you good?
All units stay off.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
It's for your own good, man. Stop!
You have to stop the bleeding, okay?
I'm sorry, bro. Shit, you put a gun to my head and made me do it. Guess I'm another,
What? Winning.
What is his status?
Do we have any injuries of our guys here?
No, I dropped the bike intentionally because I saw him count and had him at gunpoint.
Take me!
Right after all this
Is he under arrest?
Yes.
So we need to take the Are you gonna fight with us? Don't fight with us. Go with them? No, we'll take. Where's the unit?
Can we stop here or pause for a second?
Yes.
Okay, so right about here, you saw where EMS fire rescue is now on scene.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the questions when the paramedics asked was, is he under arrest? Now I'm not going to tell you right now in state of Florida if a suspect is under arrest and it has to be transported to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot be in handcuffs unless the police officer or a sheriff's deputy is in the back of the ambulance with the
sense.
With the EMS crew. EMS crew is not allowed to transport someone with handcuffs because they, technically speaking, then would be the arresting person, and that's against the law.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just kind of I just want to throw that in there for what it's worth, because that's probably what's going through these guys' minds too. Is okay, if we got transport here, one of you got to ride with us, or we have to take the handcuffs off.
Well, if something happens, like some sort of medical emergency while they're in the back of the ambulance, and they need to do, like they can't have them handcuffed,
Yes,
so that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's another reason too. I don't know how many times there's stories out there about EMS personnel who have a patient of not right mind decide that they do not want to be in the back of the ambulance and get up and leave.
Yeah.
They have to let them go.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Two wounds.
All right, where's your unit at? Leave a key.
Oh, it went through the door.
I don't think so. People aren't that good. Yeah. So I wasn't coming through at all on the radio? Everything was all jumbled up.
I saw you.
Well, somebody was Mike was caught up. So
you know what? It might have been
the motor, my motor again.
Yeah.
There was definitely a motor. You could hear it. Yeah, then that was me. That switched. I'm waiting on it to be replaced.
No injuries whatsoever.
No injuries.
They canceled the parade. It's canceled. Pat said it over the air.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Pat said over the air, we're not doing the parade.
No injuries reported with our guys over here.
Okay.
Basically,
Sounds like the only injury you had was Orr when you got rammed, but he's okay.
And then, what injuries do you have?
This is right here.
Okay.
The other day of the incident was just a red mark. Now it's
yeah.
You're showing the progression of the injury. What's up?
Hi.
Where do you want it?
Let's do it downstairs so we don't have to take him.
Yes, I understand.
We'll try it.
This room right here?
Yeah, the interview room.
Justin. Hey, Justin. I'm Detective DeBus. Can you hear me? Do you want to talk? No? I'm the detective that's going to be handling this case. I was told that you wanted to have a conversation, but you're not answering me. Yes? No? You do? Okay. How are you feeling, man? Yo, Justin. If you're not gonna talk to me, man, we'll have to go. No? Yeah, he's not gonna. He's out of it. He's out of it, dude. He's not gonna wanna. Yeah, he's.
The suspect, identified by New Mexico State Police as Justin Jimenez, was taken to Christus St. Vincent Regional Medical Center to undergo treatment for his gunshot wounds. He was later released and booked into Santa Fe County Jail. He was charged with 4 counts of aggravated battery upon a peace officer, aggravated fleeing a law enforcement officer causing injury, possession of a stolen vehicle, reckless driving, failure to obey traffic signs, leaving the scene of an accident, failure to give immediate notice of an accident, and driving with no driver's license. A grand jury found sufficient evidence to prosecute Justin, and the case was moved to the First Judicial District, where a count of criminal damage to property exceeding $1,000 was added to his list of charges. Midwest Safety independently verified that Justin was transferred to the Santa Fe County Adult Detention Facility, where he is currently held without bond. According to court documents, Justin was previously charged in a multitude of cases.
Holy cow.
Most of these cases were dismissed by the prosecutor.
Career criminal. And the fact that most of these cases were dismissed, this is why we have more crimes. Let's stop dismissing cases. That's like, I don't know if you watched all of my previous show with Nate, when Nate was on talking about the Zizians, but they held kids captive at a campsite and they got bumped down to misdemeanors, and now we end up with 6 people dead. So
it's the theory of the jumping turnstile cases from New York.
Yes,
it's like, okay, if you prosecuted those cases, more than likely the people that did that would learn their lesson and would not go on and start committing more serious crimes or crimes that you could say of more revenue, that would cost more revenue.
Exactly.
Yes, jumping turnstile, it will, but yes, you should prosecute that because that's against the law.
Yeah. So just a minute ago, I had something in my eye, so I want to thank you for everyone's grace. I was gone for quite a while, but I did have like a piece of my mascara chipped off and went into my eyeball, and it hurt very bad. So
I hate when that happens to me.
I appreciate y'all. And I was washing my hands, and look at my shirt. I splashed water all over myself. So I'm a mess right now. But I did ask the audience if they wanted to watch one more video after this one. 97% of you said yes, you do. So we will do that. 3% of you said no. If you're one of the 3% that said you don't want to watch another body cam video, feel free to go. I'm not going to hold you hostage or anything, not like the Zizians did to those children at the campsite. You are free to go whenever you'd like. But this one says police teach entitled 21-year-olds they don't make the rules, which is a hard lesson to learn for a 21-year-old.
And before you get that one started, I want to just add that in that last one, the officers that did shoot their firearms did go underneath an administrative suspension. There's still like 3 or 4 that still
because they have to investigate.
They have to investigate, and they did. And if I remember correctly, it was the Santa Fe Police, Santa Fe Sheriff's Department, and New Mexico Highway Patrol were involved with this. So that's why I said there were multiple agencies, and that's probably why we saw the motorcycle officers actually start pursuing, whereas everyone else would not.
Exactly. Yep. So police teach entitled 21-year-olds they don't make the rules. Let's see what happens. I'm assuming they're drunk. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna put that out there. That's my theory. We'll see.
For a call of a female causing a disturbance.
Scorpio.
Awesome.
Hey.
Cool. Scorpio. That's great.
Yeah.
Good. How are you?
Big Taurus is a lot more crime in Gainesville than Gumby's.
I'm waiting
for the guy to pay his tab and then we're going to head out.
Why did you over here?
Because I need your ID.
What was the? I need closed caption for these drunkards.
I didn't know.
I had no idea what they were saying.
Scorpio.
Awesome. Cool. Scorpio. That's great.
Yeah.
Good. How are you?
Big Taurus is a lot more crime in Gainesville than Gumby's.
I'm waiting for the guy to pay his tab and then we're going to head out.
The closed captioning didn't understand that either. Not at all.
Oh, no, they did not.
Because I need your ID.
No, he doesn't. It's
Do you need
against
mine?
the law for him to ask
No,
for
I need her ID. But she's going to be trespassed. So.
It's okay.
What did she say? That meme. What did she say?
It's okay if he trespasses you.
I don't give a fuck, but I said it. I don't give a fuck, but I did it.
You don't have your ID on you though?
I'll give my.
Whatever happens in this video, it's Legal Fiction's fault. Blame Legal Fiction.
I
don't know what's going to happen, but something.
I want to say, whenever Legal Fiction sends you anything, it's going to be entertaining.
It's always entertaining.
ID in person.
Huh?
I'll give you my social and all that. Look it up.
Okay, but you don't have your physical ID.
Nah, I don't.
Okay.
What you want to do about it?
Nothing. I was just asking questions.
I did understand that because she's speaking in a dialect that is common among people of color in this country. And I grew up in Chicago and I live in Atlanta. So I understand this dialect very well.
So do it.
I did.
So do it again. Why are you doing all that?
Doing all what?
I'm trying to get some food.
Okay, well.
Come on.
What's your name, dear?
Allison.
Awesome, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what this is going to be a blanket trespass from the premises?
Why am I getting trespassed?
Because they don't want you in here no more.
Why? What I did in there? What I did? I'm ordering food out of here. I did not miss motherfucker. Hold on.
You're saying they specifically said that
Okay, so I know we don't have to go over this, but just in case you're new here, I'm talking about the people in the audience, not Doc. If an establishment, a private business, wants you to leave their property, they don't have to have a reason. So asking why, what did I do? Or I forgot how she put it. It wasn't those words exactly, but
no, it was not.
That was her sentiment. They don't have to have a reason. I trespass people from my properties that I manage all the time. And the reason why is I don't have a reason. I don't like the way they look. How about that? That's why. Get out. It's not because of any specific people group or anything like that. It's because we have one of my properties is surrounded by low-cost motels. There's 3 of them touching my property on all sides.
Right.
And there is a large homeless population that is able to get a room for a night or two, and then they decide to camp out on my property. So if you're walking through the business area, the properties I manage are industrial, like warehouses, and also like businesses, storefronts, stuff like that. If you're walking through with suitcases and you appear to be homeless, you're not allowed on my property because it disrupts the business of the people who pay me rent. And I don't want their business disrupted because I want them to pay me rent because they pay my company rent and then my company pays me a paycheck and I pay my mortgage. That's how it works.
And really, if you think about it, the reason why anyone's getting trespassed from wherever reason, from whatever business or any government building or wherever, it's because they are causing a disruption to the normal business of that facility.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I have tenants call me that they, in the fall and winter time, it gets dark here pretty early. So if they're leaving, if there's a receptionist who needs to walk to her car at 6 o'clock at night and it's dark out and there's a bunch of homeless people hanging around, she does not feel safe. Whether that's justified or not, it's the feeling that she has. So I need to not have those people there so she can feel safe walking to her vehicle and going home,
Yeah. And I can understand that too. You don't, these are people, they are strangers to her.
Exactly.
And they have
One of the girl in the corner that was making no noise, no mess.
And I was sitting down, trespass for what?
It doesn't matter. They can...
Hello? Y'all want to be trespassed?
Hey, we're not doing that.
Huh?
We're not doing that. Come on. We're not doing that. Stop.
Why is you grabbing me like that?
Let's
Why
go.
is you grabbing me like that?
Come on. Stop. I'm not doing it. She's not doing it. Stop.
But you ain't got arrested.
Okay.
What she do? You ain't got arrested.
Fucking phone, pussy ass. I was trying to get on the house.
He has not read you your rights. He has not done anything to restrain you.
I don't need to
I have him
Let her
on
ride.
video. I have
Say
you
they
on
got it.
video. You have not read her her rights.
Let her ride.
You have not read her her rights.
Unit, please.
You have not read.
Oh my gosh.
You need to get back.
Hey, whoa.
Step back. Stop following me.
I have you assaulting me
Stop.
on video. I have
Stop.
you assaulting me on
You need to
video.
get back.
I have you assaulting me on video and camera. Officer, this is legal. In the state of Florida, officer, you don't know your Florida
Of course,
laws.
it's Florida.
This is the
I should have guessed it.
She's a law scholar now. She's telling the officer what's legal and what's not. Yes, you can be trespassed, ma'am. It does not matter if you did anything at all. You could be sitting there reading the Bible. If the person working there doesn't want you there, you gotta go. You got to go.
And I'm going to also just take note. I know stools were up on the counters, which means they're getting ready to close.
They're ready to go home. They want to go home.
Yes, they want to go home. Not only that, it's almost 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, man, why did I know this was in Florida? Why did I know it was?
I like having a Florida video right at the end because then I can play my Florida Man song.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who the first Florida man was?
Oh gosh. No, not Ponce de Leon. What's Ponce de?
Hernando de Soto.
Oh, okay.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Y'all stick around for the outro song. First Florida man's Hernando de Soto.
I got it. In the state of Florida, you assaulted me, sir. You did not read me my rights, and you put your hands on me. That is assault.
They don't have to read your rights. They're not asking questions.
That is assault.
What are you arresting me for?
Cool. Go ahead, have a seat.
What are you arresting me for?
Have a seat.
I'm confused.
Sit.
All right, I'm saying, what you arresting me for?
Step back.
What are you arresting me for?
Close the door.
Third time the officer has set his hands on me.
Close it.
This is the third time the officer has set his hands on me. You have not read her Miranda rights.
Stop. You're on video.
And I know my rights. I know my Florida state rights, sir. Have you arrested me for?
Interfering.
Officer!
Where's the other one? You got it?
Officer!
In my car. All right.
As you have assaulted me again,
You burn.
what have I assaulted you for? First of all, this officer assaulted me, and I have it on video on my phone.
Okay.
Before he read me my Miranda rights, before he put cuffs on me, he assaulted me by hand, and I have it on video.
No.
He did not read me my Miranda rights. He did not search me. He did not call a female officer.
I did.
First of all, no, he did not. No, he did not. I have it all on video. The camera. First of all, sir.
Stop.
First of all, stop what? Stop what, sir? Stop what, sir? Stop what, sir? Stop what, sir? It's all on video camera. It's all on your body cam. Stop what, sir? Stop what, sir? Stop what, sir?
You just drunk or what was going on?
No, I haven't drank a lick of alcohol. You can give me
Anything in the bag?
an alcohol test.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Why are you so hyped up?
I walked behind him as he assaulted me, and I have it on video. I have it on video.
Listen, he has a
My
body cam
camera's
too.
right there.
He's got a body cam too. So
And I have it on video.
Perfect.
I was walking behind him as he was arresting my friend, and I was videotaping as I'm allowed as a Florida citizen.
Okay.
And he arrested me for no reason. Keep checking the purse. Dig deep. Dig deeper in that Michael Kors, motherfucker. Dig deeper in that Michael Kors. Call my daddy in that Michael Kors, because my daddy number in.
Oh, man.
I'd just like to say something. Anyone who is calling their purse their fill-in name brand designer of purse, first of all, you can't afford that purse. A. B, it's probably a knockoff. If it is not a knockoff, you spent 2 weeks worth of pay on it. And it's pretty sad that you're wasting your money on that sort of stuff. People that I know who actually have money have nice name brand stuff. It doesn't have the name of the nice name brand stuff plastered all over the side of it. Ever. Never.
Well, you don't, a lot of the times they just don't want to be flashy.
Well, they don't need to be. They have
they don't.
nice quality things. They don't need to be. People like this who are kind of trashy, kind of hood-like, they think it's a status symbol, but it really makes them look trashy. I think. This is a personal opinion of mine, but I have been around very, very rich people, and I have been around very, very poor people. And I'll tell you what, the very, very rich people don't have outfits with Louis Vuitton written all over it. Just saying.
No, in fact, I know a lot of people with some money that they would rather wear denim jeans and a decent golf shirt than
Yes. They'd rather wear diamond earrings than have a bag that's worth definitely more than your Michael Kors knockoff purse, even if it is real. Than have the name brands flashed all over it. Thank you very much, Otto, for the $5 super chat. Thanks for the entertainment tonight. Thank you for joining me for the entertainment tonight. I literally was going to end an hour and a half ago, but you guys showed up, so how could I possibly, right?
And I have the third cat in here now, but just the third cat, so she's getting the treat. Daisy.
Thank you.
Here you go, sweetie.
You're going to get them all treats. This one. There you go. Zena, shake. 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 Thank you.
Seems like I'm too tired now. Come on.
She did it. I have 2 treats left for each of them. So this is the last video. If you guys want me to be completely out of treats, go ahead and do that.
Now my horse. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna be crying when my daddy comes this way.
I didn't even have any idea how much a Michael Kors purse is. I had no idea. None. I don't spend my money on that nonsense.
Motherfucker phone. Ooh, y'all gonna be crying when my daddy come to this motherfucking phone. None of y'all read me my Miranda rights. Y'all all got me pretend. Nobody read me no rights, and y'all
Pretend.
I would just like to say, Twitchy Skitch, Diamonds are prettier. They sparkle. They're sparkly. Okay. Diamonds are definitely prettier than gold. I prefer platinum or white gold anyway.
I still can't get over it. I can't get over what she said. Pretend.
Let me rewind it a little bit. I wasn't paying attention.
Ooh, y'all gonna be calling my daddy come to this motherfucking phone. None of y'all read me my Miranda rights. Y'all all got me pretend. Nobody read me no rights. Y'all all got me a tank. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. So when you detain somebody, you don't have to read them Miranda rights? Sir, mister. Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir. So when you arrest somebody, when you make an arrest, you don't have to read no Miranda rights.
When you pertain somebody, you don't have to read them their Miranda rights. IQ Restoration Fund. Yes. Thank you. Legal fiction. Zena, stop turning around. What are you doing, girl? Come here and shake. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay. Shake. She did it. Thank you. Leia. Stuck that in her cheek. There you go. I just stuffed it right in the doctor's cheek. Do you shake? Oh, that's so pathetic. So pathetic. Did you see that shake? She's like, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right, I'm down to one mini milk bone for each of them.
A car, please, because I can't stand it now.
Whose car is this?
You can put it in.
All right.
Y'all all want to touch me so bad. Y'all all want to touch me.
Yeah. Oh, now that explains a lot.
You paid for my money in there. I didn't even do nothing in this bitch.
Hey, can we pause a second?
I didn't even do nothing, though.
So this is in Gainesville, Florida, which is also where University of Florida is located.
Yes, #1 drinking school in the country.
And that's it's like kind of right at that moment. It's like, okay, that explains a lot right now.
I have a feeling that these three are not going to the University of Florida. I'm just a guess, just a wild guess that the ones that are pertained are not in college.
I didn't even do nothing. The fuck? I didn't even do nothing.
Stop.
Ow.
Stop.
The fuck?
What are you
I didn't
doing?
even do nothing.
Put your hand
bitch,
on
I done paid for my motherfucking food in that bitch.
Okay.
The fuck? All right.
You're good.
All right.
What are you fucking doing? Man, I got stuff back there. Hold on.
Did you find anything you were looking for?
Hey, well, so I'm Officer Comic, alright? I'm only the female, so I'm gonna search you. Okay?
Sure.
You got any needles on you?
Look for what you're looking for.
No, I'm asking you. I just don't want to get stuck by a needle.
Do I look at me? First of all, do I look like a motherfucking needlehead to you, baby?
Yes.
Do I look you motherfucking crackhead to you, baby?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yes, 100%. You don't look like a University of Florida student, I can tell you that much.
Certainly not acting like someone that's...
She does look like a crackhead, for real.
Yeah, she does. She does.
Do I look like I got a motherfucking pipe on me, baby? Look for me, bitch. No, you know I don't look like no crackhead, baby. I never. Wait till my daddy call in the morning. That's what y'all do. Wait till my daddy call in the morning. That's what y'all do. Look for me, baby. You know I don't look like no motherfucking dope head. Look for me. Look for me.
Is there going to be any type of contraband?
Girl, do I look like there's some contraband on me?
Listen to me.
Do I look like?
Okay, contraband can be a lighter.
Do I look like I light on me? I look like I smoke drugs to you?
All right.
I look like I do drugs to you, baby.
In your pockets that you know
I look like I got a lighter to you, baby. I smoke cigarettes to you, baby. You know good and goddamn well I don't smoke no motherfucking cigarettes.
Candles.
I don't smoke no man. What the fuck I'm going to Gumby's with my candle lighter for? Be for fucking real. You done been in the police long enough. Fuck I'm going to Gumby's with my candle lighter. That's my vape. Put it in my possessions because I need it tomorrow. Ain't got no criminal record. Y'all gonna do all this paperwork for fucking nothing. I'll be out RR tomorrow. Got no criminal record. Y'all doing this paperwork because Elijah kind of got nothing else to do. But wait till you hear from my daddy, though, baby. Wait till y'all hear from my daddy in the morning. Keep searching, baby. Look for that crack pot you look for on 20th. Baby, you know I ain't got no crap pot. I mean, you can look me in my face and can tell I ain't got no shit on me.
I don't care.
You do if you're searching for me. You got to care.
It's my job to search.
So you care.
I didn't say that. I said it's my
It's
job.
your job to care. If it's your job to search, it's your job to care, baby.
Search is very different. You want your necklace to come off or take it off at the jail?
Dig deep in there. What I'm being arrested for?
I don't know. I didn't show up. I didn't put you in handcuffs.
But you're searching me,
sure
baby.
they will let you know.
But you're
Go
searching
ahead
me,
and
baby.
sit back in the car, please.
But you're searching me, baby. What I'm being arrested for? Y'all don't have no idea what I'm. Hold on. On y'all's police camera. On y'all's police camera. Y'all don't know what I'm being arrested for. Y'all don't know what I'm.
Holy cow! This. Okay. First of all, her father must be so proud of her. I really hope he's watching this program right now. Dad, if you're out there, let me know in the chat. I want to know if you're proud of your little girl.
I'm like, well, who is her daddy to make her say daddy's gonna make you cry?
Also, I would just like to say that a lot of times she's like, I don't look like a crack. Well, first of all, she does look like a drug addict. She's speaking like a drug addict. She looks like a drug addict. She's dressed like a drug addict. But even if she's not, how many people who commit horrendous, horrible crimes look like the dude next door? Look like he could probably go to your church with you. Look like you see what I'm saying? Criminals don't have a certain look to them, right? This woman could be a drug trafficker. We don't know. Actually, that might be who her dad is. We don't know.
Right. Yes. We don't know her history. We don't know anything about her.
Exactly.
I'm being restrained for.
I will go
on y'all's police camera.
out.
Y'all don't know what I'm being restrained for?
Battery?
She's saying restrained instead of detained, isn't she?
She said pertain, attain, detain, restrain. She said them all.
What am I being restrained for?
Still?
Yeah, what's she getting arrested for?
That. Resisting. Yeah.
Okay, Dad's here. Thank you, Harry, for letting me know. Dad, are you proud of your little girl?
Hello. I'm Officer Crime in the Gainesville Police Department. I'm just here to search you. You got any needles on you?
I don't got nothing on me.
Okay.
I paid for my motherfucking food today. Y'all better give me a motherfucking refund. I know that.
What you want to search me for?
We were just talking about this.
Go ahead.
Kfar and I were just talking about this on Friday. Just talking about this. There was a woman getting kicked out of a hotel for being disruptive and talking about getting a refund. No, absolutely not. You messed up. You're not getting a refund. Sorry.
And
also, you can't get your food to go.
And here's the thing. The police ain't going to get you the refund.
No, it's between you and the business. And the business ain't giving you shit because you disrupted their business and probably lost them other business.
Right. Yes.
Face this truck for me. Thank you so much. Anything in your bag? Go ahead. Okay, check. Go ahead. Is there anything that if
There's
you go
nothing
into the
in there.
Okay.
They got me fucked up. That pussy ass shit.
You know that
I paid for food. I better get my motherfucking money back. Fuck. That pussy ass shit.
Take one step sideways for me. There you go. Perfect. Anything on you that if I miss a
There's
jail?
nothing in my shit.
Okay, if it goes into the jail.
I know it's a federal charge. I know that, baby. The fuck.
Go ahead and sit back.
Baby.
Thank you
Y'all
so
better
much.
y'all better understand that. I paid for my motherfucking food and that shit. Y'all better believe that. The fuck, pussy ass shit.
Well, at least she's not
Both
yelling
women
for
were
her dad.
trespassed from the establishment and charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please like.
Speaking of liking and subscribing, there are 79 of you still here. I imagine if you're still here, you like something about what we're doing over here. If you could please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I certainly would appreciate it. Also, Doc's here visiting, and I would love it if you would head over to his channel and hit the subscribe button over there. I will be hanging out with him tomorrow at 1:30, you said, Eastern.
1:30 Central, so it'll be 2:30 Eastern.
Sorry.
Eastern, you got it.
2:30 Eastern. I will be able to hang out, but only for an hour at that time. So, but yeah, go ahead and subscribe to Doc. I did put his channel not in the description, but hold on. I got it here. I got it. Do. Bam, there it is. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and subscribe to Doc.
Robert Thomas, you hit the nail on the head.
What did I miss?
Mr. Thomas is
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And just kind of let you know, Mr. Thomas is my chief roasting officer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so when he's on a show, he's either making fun of me or someone else on the panel. So he won't make fun. Yeah, he won't make fun of you. He won't make fun of you.
No, he can. I appreciate it. If you could subscribe to my channel, and we need roasters around here. Actually, what I need is somebody to roast Kfar, but on my channel. So if you could, when Kfar and I are streaming together, it goes to both of our channels. If you could head over to my channel and roast Kfar from this side of the fence, I would appreciate it for sure.
I'm sure we can. I can persuade him to help you on that.
Yep. So we have 82 likes. I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. That's the stream. Let me get the right, because I was on overruled because we were doing if you can believe it, we were doing a super serious episode earlier, and then we kind of transitioned into this. So I have the super serious outro music queued up, but we don't want that. We want Florida Man, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
If you guys could stay, listen to the outro song, and in the comment section after the live stream is done, my friend Steven wrote, recorded, performed all the everything on this song. If you could give him a compliment or tell him it sucks, either way, but let him know what you think of the song, I would appreciate it. This is the name of the song is actually DeSoto. It's not Florida Man. It's Hernando DeSoto. If you could let him know what you think of the song, I would appreciate it. That's the intro. Here's the outro. Have a good night, everybody. See you tomorrow at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern on Doc's channel. Other than that, I will be back at my normal time, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. for Booze and Body Cams with my good friend Kfar. See you then. Bye, guys.
Good night.
First Florida man was Hernando DeSoto. First Florida man, Hernando DeSoto. First Florida man was Hernando DeSoto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando DeSoto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm a fat go-so. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando DeSoto. First Florida man was Hernando DeSoto. First Florida man was Hernando DeSoto.